Hello and welcome to Foundation Field here in Hamilton, Ohio for game number 2 of the GLSCL season between the Hamilton Joes and the Southern Ohio Copperheads. The Joes, after taking a very big win yesterday, walked it off in 9 innings, are looking to repeat some of that magic here today. Just had the national anthem a few minutes ago as both teams look poised to square off. It's been a rather cloudy day, a little on and off action with the rain, and it's been a little bit of tough work for the interns around having to run around. And I know Luke's still catching his breath beside me, joined by Luke West-Poley, my color analyst on the home field, and will be the play-by-play on the road. Luke, how you doing this rather muggy afternoon?
Doing good. It was, yeah, like you said, it was a scramble to set things up. It was weird with the weather forecast. We had the delay yesterday. It looked like it was going to storm straight from, 3 o'clock on when we looked at the forecast last night for today. And then it looked like it kind of actually cleared up, and we were going to be able to get this game in on time as scheduled with no issues. And we are scheduled still to start on time. We're looking to do that. But, yeah, in terms of, our field setup and in terms of the players getting their work in, things got a little bit pushed around by some of the kind of 10 to 15-minute spurts of really heavy rain. Joe's took batting practice in the cages, as I believe did Southern Ohio, and now
yes, indeed,
they're going over the ground rules. But, yeah, so both teams kind of had their warm-ups pushed around a little bit and some things changed. But as of right now, things are, as clear weather-wise as I think it's going to get all night. Cloudy, but still no rain, and so we should be able to get things started soon. Both these teams had walk-off wins yesterday. Southern Ohio taking their first road trip of the season. And, yeah, they're actually going to play 6 of their next 7 on the road. So
my goodness,
big start for Southern Ohio. It's the team from out east comes to Hamilton. But, yeah, it was a wild day in the GLSCL yesterday, Blake. You saw the 6 games. Cincinnati was dormant. You had 4 walk-offs. You had the shootout game the Jetbox came out on top of, and then you had the sudden death in Royal Oak. I mean, it was as crazy as you could have drawn it up on opening day. Yeah,
really crazy up there in Royal Oak for sure. First time we saw the sudden death, we talked about it yesterday. Didn't get a chance to see it, but that's the first time we see it this season, and it definitely was built up to everything expectation-wise that we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and so for Royal Oak, they lost that game.
Chose the wrong side,
yeah,
I guess.
They chose to pitch, I believe, at home, and they actually, I know they had it down to the final out, maybe even been the final strike, but were not able to finish the job as the Michigan Monarchs came out on top in that one.
So they're going to do their starting lineups on the PA announcement here at Foundation Field. We will do the same. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Kettering Health, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. We'll start with the visitors, the enemies, home wreckers, the Copperheads of Southern Ohio. Going to be Carson Shepard leading things off, number 1, batting number 1. He'll play shortstop. We'll go to Gunnar Aldridge for the 2-hole. Number 12 will play second base. Ashton Thomas, number 14, will play first base. Saw him listed as an outfielder, so looks to show a little bit of versatility to some of the scouts. We'll move to the 4-hole. Clayton Hodges, the center fielder for the Copperheads. Moving on to Trey Rucker, the right fielder for the Copperheads. Kyle Ratliff batting 6, playing left field. There are 3 outfielders batting 3 in a row. Sebastian Silva, who's listed as a catcher, will DH in the 7-hole for the Copperheads tonight. Jordan Long will take the 8-hole and will play third base for Southern Ohio. Josh Steidel, number 15, will be the backstop for Southern Ohio and was the hero yesterday for them as they walked it off. Had the sacrifice fly in the left field. But as the Joes start to take the field, we'll start to give you some of their defensive positioning. Running out first was Caden Konzak, and he is batting first, playing left field. Evan Ulrich, the hero yesterday, in a couple of ways, not the big way, will DH instead of playing behind the plate. Andrew Patrick playing right field. He'll bat third. Cal Brazier playing first base, batting fourth. Sam Lowe, the shortstop, will be the 5-hole for the Joes. Bennett Clement, the hero yesterday with the big walk-off double, will play center field. Clay Badalak will play second and bat 7th. Walker Bridges, one of my favorite names with this Joe roster, playing third base And batting in the 8-hole, have to watch out for him defensively. And Nick Wimmers will get his first start behind the plate, batting 9. Starting on the mound, going to be Josh Lazier. And I know my buddy Luke over here has got a couple stats on Josh Lazier.
Yeah, Josh Lazier from Columbus, Ohio, suburban Columbus Lewis Center, played at Olentangy Orange High School. Plays collegiately for the Wright State Raiders, made regionals as Horizon League champions for the second straight year. He appeared in 16 games for the Raider gang this year, pitched 21 and 2/3 innings, had a 5.82 ERA. He's got a really snappy release out there on the mound.
And we'll look to see the Joes pitch a little better than they did yesterday, though it's kind of hard to pitch as well as you did yesterday. Just kind of got to tune in on the free passes. Gave up quite a number of walks yesterday, but only just the 4 hits. So if we can keep it to 4 hits or less and walk less guys, I think we'll have a great day at the ballpark.
Yeah, the Joes' pitching was pretty good for the most part. They had that one tough inning that came in the 4th where they gave up those 4 runs. And, yeah, when you look up and down the scorecard, it was the walks that really killed them. But the bats came alive at the right time, and the Joes started off the season in a good way, looking to continue that trend in the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
So as we mentioned, leading things off, Carson Shepard will face Lazier, and we will be immediately hit. The freshman for the Bobcats of Ohio will be hit on the shoulder, and that's how we start things here at Foundation Field.
An unideal start as Lazier just threw his head up as soon as that pitch came out of his hand. He knew exactly where that was going. It'll be interesting to see. We saw the rain yesterday, and that rain kind of came in later. You know, it came in partway through the game, but now, you know, it's not raining right now. So first pitch comes in down and away. But having had that rain already, you know, that thickens up the air a little bit. That increases that humidity, and that can be difficult to, you know, have good pitch grips on the mound.
And let me tell you, it is humid, as that one misses outside. In the 2-hole, we mentioned Gunnar Aldridge, senior out of Michigan State, one of the big Power 5 guys in this league, as he'll take a cut on that one, fouled out just to the left. Did not play in that Big Ten conference, but from Lake Orion, Michigan, so a homeboy from Michigan, went to Michigan State, one of the big goals you can probably ask for out of a Michigan State guy. As Lazier keeps things pumping here for the Joes, 2-2 and nobody out. We did see Gunnar Aldridge yesterday. If you're a Southern Ohio Copperhead fan, did park one yesterday, as he looks like he probably broke a bat there.
I think that's the first one we've seen this season on either side, Blake.
I think you are correct. Just kind of caught that one just in the wrong spot. Sometimes the weirdest kind of locations will break a bat, and it's kind of unfortunate, especially with how expensive some of these bats are.
Yeah. That's a recurring theme, though. If you watch these guys exclusively play college, obviously those metal and composite ones don't really break much. But these guys will go through a few bats over the course of the season.
Well, Gunnar Aldridge played yesterday, went 1 for 3, had the big home run. OPS up at 2. And will swing right through that one. So there's your beer batter. Yeah, $1 off a beer for the rest of the inning. And every time he strikes out will be the same. And so a big punch out there for Josh Lazier. We'll bring up Ashton Thomas. Have him listed as Ashton Bam Thomas.
Bam Thomas.
Bam Thomas. We'll see if he brings the Bam for sure. Kind of like that nickname, not going to lie.
Yeah.
Got a couple good names, like Gunnar. Gunner's a nice name.
Yes.
That one's fouled off of his foot.
Bam, big guy, 6'4". He's from Georgia, played at Flagler College in Florida, transferred there from Georgia Highlands, started 47 games this season. Oftentimes, you know, in this league, you don't see too many people who are going to make that many appearances collegiately.
Especially for a kind of a prestigious kind of college down there in Florida with Flagler.
Was second on the team with 59 hits for them this season.
So definitely bringing in some of that D2 power are the Copperheads, as that one's going to miss off the plate 2-1. Now we saw Evan Ulrich kind of tested yesterday when it came to stolen bases. And we'll see if they try to test Wimmers here early. And that one paints the outside corner. Beautiful spot on that one by Josh Leisure. Really doing a good job spotting things up these last two batters. Struck out Aldridge. Now looking to do the same with Bam Thomas. The 2-2 runners off with the pitch. That ball's going to be hit back to Leisure. Runner took off with the pitch. The only play will be to first. And that'll be out number 2. Runner will advance, however. But doing a good job of filling it up here early. So a 1-3 put out. We'll move Karsten Shepard to second. Put 2 outs on the board. And we'll see our first bit of runner in scoring position type baseball. First pressure pitch of the game. That one is laced into the Southern Ohio dugout. Took some water with it. Got a couple of those drains up there. I don't know how broken and battered they are, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're kind of in the danger zone.
Danger zone. So the 2 outs and a run around will bring up Clayton Hodges. The count is 0-1 on him. Big lead out there at second. They mentioned a couple of these guys have some speed in yesterday's broadcast. But you never know what you might see. You saw Evan Ulrich steal a base yesterday. Saw the catcher for Xenia steal a base yesterday. So kind of up in the air here early, but down 0-2. As Leisure looks for back-to-back Ks to end the inning. As that one misses up. So Shepard hit by a pitch. Aldridge, strikeout victim. Thomas right back to Leisure, which should have been a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning, but Shepard was off with the pitch. That's the 1-2. Good breaking ball. Doesn't break enough. And that's going to miss. Little up, little in. Like to see that breaking ball. A lot of good movement there early. Like to see it thrown early. Kind of set a precedent for some of the guys. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Blown right by him. The fastball does it right there, and that will end the top of the first. 1 runner left on for the Copperheads as we go to the home half of the first. The Joes up on top, trying to break their way through here on the All-Wealth Hamilton Joes broadcast.
As well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services is your way to go for all your painting needs. Visit them at 456 Sims Road in Fairfield or give them a call at 513-295-2767. ADG Services, a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Back here inside Foundation Field, Caden Konzak getting his first at-bat in a Joe's uniform this season, as the lefty will face off against David Go for Southern Ohio out of Milwaukee Area Technical College is David Go.
Yeah, definitely one of those weirder spots to have a guy come out of.
Yeah, the NJCAA school. JUCO program, appeared in 14 games for them this spring. First pitch misses down and away there to Konzak. Blake Griffin's working on the graphics and lineups, so he'll be back in a second in full capacity.
Yeah, it's definitely a full-time job over here.
That one drops down low. David Go, the junior out of, get this, Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin. If there are any Wisconsin natives out there, I apologize, because that is definitely not how you say that. 2-0 count coming up to Konzak. Here's the pitch. And that one finds the bottom part of the zone for strike one. Caden Konzak, 5'10", 170 sophomore out of Lewis Center, Ohio. In suburban Columbus, plays collegiately for the Toledo Rockets. 2-1 on the way. That one just missed despite the frame attempt from Steidel. And now Konzak well ahead in the count at 3-1. Konzak, a lefty batter who throws right-handed. He'll face off against the lefty Go. 3-1 pitch on the way. Misses down low, ball four. And this is something that we did not see yesterday from the Joes, and that's a base runner early.
Yeah, definitely something we struggled with a little bit yesterday, that's for sure. But we will take base runners early. But that'll bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Evan Ulrich. We had him on the pregame yesterday. Had a great game. I said we should probably have him on every game. He's going to play like that. The first pitch misses in, dances him out of the way a little bit. But overall, just a really good guy. I've really enjoyed talking to him over the last couple of days. Just a kind of down-to-earth kind of guy. It's good to see that.
Yeah, and Evan's coming back with, you can just tell, so much more confidence this summer. I mean, you know, you can see that he's gotten better, and I think he knows that he's gotten better as well. And he knows that he's going to be a leader for this team this summer, and it's just really great to see how confident he's been this early.
And a little bit of a trouble finding the zone here early from David Go. Walked Konzak, now heavily in danger of walking Evan Ulrich here. Down 3-0.
I'll tell you, oh, sorry, Blake, go back.
Good.
Go ahead.
Just going to say we'll take as many base runners as we can get at this point.
Yeah, I'd say that last summer, Coach Thaman was not opposed, as we get a call to the press box, and it's going to be to make sure that they, I believe, recorded the conference. But anyways, Coach Thaman was never afraid to give his guys the green light on the 3-0. However, I think Ulrich's probably going to keep the bat on the shoulder here.
And the 3-0 will miss.
That's ball four.
So back-to-back walks have the Joes in business rather quickly. Walk to Konzak, walk to now Evan Ulrich. We'll bring up Andrew Patrick, right fielder. Believe getting his first at-bat for the Joes. Didn't see him yesterday.
You'd be right, Blake.
So looking to start his season off here with a bang. So it looks like the shortstop might hold on the runner. A little interesting tactic to have the shortstop hold, especially poolside.
They're playing bunt on the first base side, too.
I don't know if we'll see a bunt this early. First pitch going to miss in.
Yeah, first baseman Thomas is about a step and a half or so onto the infield grass. But, you know, right now, if you're Andrew Patrick, you might just want to wait until you get a strike pitched to you with Go struggling this much.
Exactly. Gotta just kind of wait him out here. I believe it's 7 straight balls. As finally we see one find the outside corner.
Andrew Patrick, also a member of the Raider gang from Wright State, had 173 at-bats. That was the most collegiately in the spring of any Joe's batter.
So the most seasoned coming in, that's for sure. Got a lefty on righty matchup, very favorable. Runner will take off. Both runners will take off. Didn't see a call on the pitch, but both runners will take a base. That's Evan Ulrich's second stolen base of the year.
Yeah, I think that was a ball because it was down low, and I think because it was low and in, it kind of forced Steidel behind the plate to catch that with a bit of an awkward wrist angle, and that was why he wasn't able to really pop it out in time to make any sort of effort on a throw, but another fortunate break for the Joes.
Yeah, scoreboard says 2-1, so we'll say 2-1. As that one will miss up and away. So the first inning, and already runners in scoring position, scoring chances for the Joes, something we didn't see. We didn't see a base runner until the third inning yesterday for the Joes, and definitely didn't threaten at all until the fourth when Evan Ulrich hit the 2-run shot. 3-1. Gonna miss upstairs. A little bit of a soup can up there, that's for sure, but definitely hasn't earned any control of the zone so far, and we'll get a meeting at the mound.
And a pitcher's gonna run out into the pen for the Copperheads as well.
Booked it out there, that's for sure. Might get our first call to the bullpen here rather early as David goes up to around 13, 14 pitches.
I believe Adam Beery was the one talking to the guys downstairs from Southern Ohio. They said Beery might be available today, and I think that is who is in the pen, if I'm not mistaken.
We got to get some binoculars up here.
Beery, the local player, stayed in his home stadium, plays for Ohio University. They're not going to be able to bring him in right now because he just got out to the bullpen, so they're going to have to leave go in for this stretch. This is not an ideal spot for TJ Lanning's team, as now your pitcher's kind of gotten himself into a jam and you don't really have an out. You kind of just got to hope that you're able to delay this long enough to be able to pull go for the game, or maybe hope go can rein it in and get a couple outs.
Yeah, but currently the Joes are hot. I think we put up 3 runs in the ninth to come back and win that one, and I just think that kind of momentum is absolutely running right now. You see good at-bats so far, not swinging at bad pitches, and now Cal Brazier got a chance to break this thing wide open for the Joes. He's a big hack at that one, was looking to unload the bases with that one. We did see him before the game. Our stats guy, me and Sam were up here, and we did see Cal Brazier kind of taking some mental ABs at the plate when he first pulled up to the park. So already had a good game yesterday. He went 1 for 3, but looking for more here. So that one misses up and away.
Yeah, that was a good swing on that first pitch. He just got a little bit on top of it. It was up high, probably a little above the zone. That's kind of where Go's spot has been. He's had trouble bringing the baseball down. Maybe if he's trying to throw his off-speed stuff, it's not just breaking into the zone the way he wants it to. That one did, though.
Well, there it is. That's probably the best pitch he's thrown all day. Came back in, broke all the way across the plate. Not something you want to miss with, that's for sure, because coming in on a righty, especially with someone with power like Cal Brazier, definitely something that can get sent through the net. As the 1-2 again, gonna miss. Looked like a great pitch from up here, but Cal Brazier will take it anyway, and the count will move to 2-2. Got bases juiced for Cal Brazier. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. As the Joes look to hop ahead on the Copperheads early. That one's ripped, but stabbed at third base. My goodness. What a play from Jordan Long over there at third. My goodness. Taking away at least 1 run as the left fielder, Kyle Ratliff, was in a little bit. Might have saved 2 with Evan Ulrich's speed, but got a great break for David Go.
They call it the hot corner for a reason. That was a great catch. And actually, on his way back to the dugout, Brazier had some words for Lowe. He stopped him on his way from the on-deck circle. So maybe some things going on with pitching that he noticed in that at-bat.
And the first pitch going to miss up. They're not from the same college, are they?
No, sir. I don't believe so. Yeah, Lowe's from Charleston Southern, the lone guy from Charleston Southern on the Joe's roster.
And goes from the Milwaukee Tech. Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit of competitiveness, like to help people out. Maybe Go was tipping some of his pitches. Wasn't exactly looking too closely at Go. We'll bring up Sam Lowe, the shortstop, making his second appearance of the season, started in the game yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike. As that one gets away from Go. Pops out of the glove with Steidel. Not too far as Konzak will stay firmly planted at third base.
That was a good play by Steidel to keep that one from going to the backstop.
Turned into almost a soccer goalie at that point, just trying to keep balls in front. But the count moves to 2-1, and Sam Lowe looking for something to get started here in this game. Would love to kick things off here early. Still looking for his first hit of the season. Had a walk, but went 0 for 3 yesterday. As he'll send that one in the right field. Going back is Rucker. He'll catch that one in the right center gap, and that'll bring home the first run of the game for the Joes. So we say do a job. Did the job right there. Brought the early run in. That sacrifice fly. First RBI for Sam Lowe on the season.
Lowe continues to hit the ball well. I thought he had actually a couple pretty good ABs yesterday. He flew out to center twice, got some solid contact, just couldn't find the holes. But in that situation, I mean, you'll take that.
Yeah, you just got to keep hitting the ball hard if you're him, you know. That's just how baseball is. You hit the ball hard 10 times out of 10, and then hit a broken bat bleeder that'll get through on your 11th for the first hit. You just need something to break through, especially when something's not getting through. As that one is going to miss inside. Runners was off with the pitch. As Patrick will scoot his way in a second with a stolen base. So stolen bases all over the place for the Joes here early. Make that the third stolen base, as we did see the double steal a little bit earlier with Konzak and Ulrich, which actually paid off phenomenally in the long haul. As that one's going to come and go to the backstop. Does not hit Clement. Will bring home another run. Bennett Clement barely have had a chance to introduce him with how hectic things have been. But the hero from last night sent an absolute charge into left center field, well over the left fielder's head. We thought it was gone back here as it kind of disappeared into the night in left field, but was considered a double that brought home 2 runs to win it in the 9th last night. All the Joes fans went home happy. But the count 1-1 to him. Gonna miss upstairs.
Yeah, and it almost seemed kind of inevitable at that point when he was walking up. I talked to him in the post-game interview, said he just had to slow the heart rate down, but you could tell that, you know, the tides had really shifted. And it almost felt like once he stepped up to the plate with the bases loaded that he was going to make something happen no matter what. He actually stood in for the wild pitch and then had the double.
That one is set into center field. Won't be much trouble for Hodges as he makes the catch in center field, but the Joes do scratch one across. Take the early lead as we go to the top half of the second. We'll be right back with more Joes action here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes broadcast.
Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Back now for the top of the second, as the first pitch of the second inning going to miss low. Leisure looking to keep things going after a rather smooth first inning. Recorded 2 strikeouts, left a runner stranded at second. And so miss on back-to-back pitches. We'll bring up Trey Rucker, right fielder for this Copperheads team. That one's to the backstop. 3 straight pitches on the outside and well out of the zone for Josh Leisure. The 3-0 going to miss. So a little bit of a struggle find in the zone for both guys in the last inning, with Go struggling in the bottom half of the first. And now Leisure struggling here with the first batter being Rucker. Did do the same thing in the first, did hit Shepard, who reached second on the kind of stolen base, move him over kind of thing. So not in too much hot water yet, as that one's going to miss upstairs.
The response, though, from him in that inning was good. I mean, for Leisure, he came back and he had 2 strikeouts in that inning, and even on the ground out, he had a pretty commanding at bat. I thought he found his pitches, found the zone pretty well after that.
And really was that one pitch away from getting the double play and being out. If Shepard didn't take off with the pitch, I think we would have had a 1-6-4 at the end of the inning.
Yeah, he took a look, but yeah, like you said, it was a hit-and-run situation, and so there wasn't enough time. It didn't matter for him because he struck out the next batter anyway, but probably would have had that double play like you said.
The 1-1. Could have missed outside, delay, steal. The throw from Wimmer's going to be well off the bag. Yeah, he looked like he got a little caught off guard.
It's good heads-up base running from Rucker.
Yeah, seeing something in Wimmer's that we didn't quite see up here.
Yeah, I think Wimmers, when he caught that, maybe it hit in his glove awkward, because I think he might have actually looked down for a second, and that bought some time for Rucker to take that steal.
That one's going to be hitting to the center field. What a diving play. My goodness. What a play from Bennett Clement. Gets it done at the plate last night. Now getting it done here on defense. What a great play from Bennett Clement. Taking a base away from Ratliff and Rucker. Probably wouldn't have scored anything if that one got down, as Rucker was going back to second. But a great play nonetheless. We'll take it. That one's going to pump in there for strike number 1. Always a little easier to pitch when your defense makes plays like that, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
The 0-1 pumped right by him. My goodness. Really feeling the cheddar with that fastball. Pumping it right by Silva.
Yeah, back to your point, Blake. I mean, last year that Joe said, Bryce Smith out of Northern Kentucky, who was not a strikeout pitcher. I mean, very few strikeouts. He started off the year 8-0 just because of how much the defense played behind him as we get time called. That was the funny thing with Bryce is, you know, he would just pitch and he would just get outs. He was not a guy that would strike out a bunch of batters, but it seemed like every time he faced a batter, they would just get out in some way, shape, or form.
The 0-2, another fastball pumped right by him. My goodness. We'll take that any day of the week. Another strikeout for Josh Leisure. Make that 3 on the campaign for him already.
And just like in the last inning, after a bit of a struggle with the first batter, good recovery.
Yeah, so far, that's required a bit of help from Bennett Clement out there in center field, but did get the strikeout and looks poised to get himself out of this inning here. Wouldn't call it quite a jam as we just have the one runner in scoring position. The Joes up by 2. But absolutely huge to hang a 0 after the offense does some work on the other side of the coin. The 1-0. Gonna miss outside. Seeing Leisure consistently kind of miss off the plate. When he's missing, his balls are normally coming off the plate. So pulling a little bit too much to that glove side, I would think. But 2-0 the count. Again, tries to paint that outside corner, but nothing doing on that call. It'll take a little time on that one, as I'm sure a couple people here definitely thought that that one was strike number 1. 3 balls, no strikes, and a 2-0 ball game here in the top half of the second. Josh Leisure pumping fastballs in there with regularity. Already with 3 strikeouts through an inning and 2/3. Rucker walked to lead things off, stole second on a delayed steal as that one is sent on the ground. Going to require a quick feed and a good dig over there by Brazier. So Badalak to Brazier, B to end the top half of the second. But 2-0 our scores. We go to the top of to the bottom of the third. You're watching Joe's baseball on the All Wealth Joe's broadcast. Back here in the bottom half of the second, Hamilton Joe's Baseball is brought to you by All Wealth Federal Credit Union. Visit one of the 2 locations in Hamilton or visit allwealth.com for special offers today. All Wealth, proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Bottom of the second, the Badalak, Bridges, and Wimmers. Back-to-back Bs and then the Wimmers. So the Joes look to keep things rolling here in the home half of the second. Brought home 2 in the first. And we'll look to keep things rolling. David Goes still on the mound. Just about 26 pitches in the first inning, so a very taxing first inning. There's a bit of a half-hearted swing there from Badalak. But not all the at-bats have looked good. Brazier with a hard hit that was a line-out. Sam Lowe put ball into right field, and Bennett Clement a little unlucky as that one comes in and plunks him. We love to see that. Guys not getting out of the way as that one got right in the middle of the back. So that one likely will hurt for a little bit. Probably feel it tomorrow, but those definitely feel better than another awkward area. But again, the Joes getting the leadoff runner on in back-to-back innings. Bring up Walker Bridges as that one will miss low.
Yeah, this is a guy I'm really excited to see this summer. Walker Bridges out of LSU Eunice did not play for them this year, but a highly touted JUCO prospect. We talked with Ryan Finnerty about his defensive efforts, but he can hit too.
And we'll see what he's got here. 1-0. going to get in there and even the count at 1-1. Yeah, we talked to Ryan. Said he could really sling the baseball. Said they clocked him at 95 across the diamond. So definitely a two-way prospect. That's for sure.
Yeah, and according to PBR, so we get a pickoff. That's the highest of any JUCO player in the entire country. So, I mean, he's got an arm, and he's a two-way also. He can pitch.
Man, I'd like to
if
see what he
needed.
throws off the mound.
Yeah, I mean, if he can throw 95 from the corner, you got to think that guy can pitch, right?
1-1. See the fastball in there as we get a bit of a back pick. Badalak kind of keen to run, as it is 1-2. I haven't seen a lot of stolen bases, and then there we go right there. Badalak takes off with the pitch. Great throw from Josh Steidel. But Badalak able to get under the tag as that one was not handled quite correctly for Carson Shepard out there at short. But the Joes will take it either way, and that moves the runner into scoring position with nobody out.
Yeah, Steidel had him hosed. He put the hands on the head right after that. That ball was well in time and put in pretty much a perfect position. A fortunate break there for Hamilton.
And that's something you see very often as that one misses off the plate. Not something you see very often on turf, balls getting past middle infielders, because normally the hop's a little truer than most of these fields I've heard in this league are going to get. And with Southern Ohio playing on turf field, I'm pretty sure, in Athens, you'd have to think that these guys are kind of accustomed to the turf. But that one will miss off the plate. And another walk.
Yeah, and I think this we're going to get another meeting here. Yeah, pitchers coming out of the bullpen. This is going to be a quick end to the afternoon for David Go.
He just had a real tough time finding the zone the whole evening. We'll go to the bullpen. We'll be right back. Take a short commercial break. We'll get the new pitcher. Looks like it's going to be a righty, but we'll be right back. You're watching the Hamilton Joes on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Radio Network.
Carefree Heating and Cooling is an AC service in Hamilton, Ohio you can trust. When you are looking for a quick AC repair in Hamilton, Ohio, turn to the professionals at Carefree Heating and Cooling. With a name for completing the work correctly the first time, you can rely on our quality service to get your AC system working like it should. When you need air conditioning fast, call us at 513-268-5164, or you can also contact us online at carefreeheatingandcoolingco.com. The Casual Pint is a community and neighborhood craft beer spot located in Hamilton that provides a vast selection of the best craft beers the region has to offer. They also offer a great selection of food options from appetizers to entrees, so if you just need a snack while you socialize or want to enjoy lunch or dinner, they have something that will hit the spot. Go online and order at hamilton.thecasualpint.com or go to their location located on 130 Riverfront Plaza. That is 130 Riverfront Plaza in Hamilton, Ohio. Proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Back here in the bottom of the second, 2 runners on for the Hamilton Joes. The new pitcher looks like it's going to be Jake Jordan. Luke, tell us what Jake Jordan's got.
Jake Jordan out of Southern Union State Junior College in Alabama, the sophomore from Ellerslie, Georgia. Appeared in 12 games this season. As he will face off against Nick Wimmers with runners on first and second.
Wimmers will send that ball high in the air. Shallow left field. Got Two Copperheads ranging in on it and falling down, but making the catch is Carson Shepard out in shallow left. Will retire the first Joe of the inning.
Had a pretty good year, averaged 10.95 strikeouts per game, and only gave up 11 earned runs across his 12 appearances.
They'll definitely take that, that's for sure.
Yeah, had a record of 2-0 as well.
So kind of a bit of a firefighter for the Copperheads here. Throwing him in, just trying to get out of this inning. 2 runners on, 1 out, as Nick Wimmers was just retired. And that one will find the zone. Not taking long to get things going was Wimmers, swinging at the first pitch. But we'll flip the lineup over as Wimmers was hitting 9. We'll give way to Caden Konzak. That one's chopped to the first baseman, Bam Thomas. He'll go to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Kind of an interesting, I don't want to say wind-up maybe, from Bam Thomas over there at first. Kind of looked like he really reached back for that one. Almost pulled the runner off the base. But that'll go down as a fielder's choice. Konzak will reach for the second time in the ballgame. Came around to score on the first one of the 2 Joe's runs you see on the scoreboard. We'll give way to Evan Ulrich. We'll watch ball up in the zone. The count moved to 1-0. Ulrich 2 RBIs yesterday. We've talked on and on about his big 2-run blast. Had a very important single in the 9th. There's a little bit of a look over from Steidel. Trying to keep Konzak honest. Konzak did steal third his last time on the base pass. So, no, he has some speed. I've definitely seen him run it out there in left field. As Ulrich got one in on the hands, going to fist one up to Bam Thomas, will make the catch just outside of the Copperheads dugout, and that will conclude the second. So the Joes leave 2 stranded on base, and Jake Jordan's able to wriggle himself off of the hook. We'll be right back with the top of the 3rd inning here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes broadcast.
Joe's fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Top of the 3rd inning. Joe's up 2-0. Going to see Steidel, Shepard, and Aldrich. That's 9-1-2 for the Copperheads, as I believe we still have Josh Lazier out there. And indeed we do. Still chucking it on the mound for the Joes as he climbs over 30 pitches. First pitch of Steidel going to be set into center field. Clement not having to move much out there in center. Will settle under it for the first out of the 3rd. And this being the first pitcher that we've seen go a little bit longer than 30 for the Joes. We saw everybody kind of almost strict on 30 yesterday. But Lazier definitely having a little more life in that arm, probably said, I'm good, let's go.
Yeah, but there is some preliminary warming up going on in the Joes bullpen. But, yeah, like you mentioned, Blake, it's that first pitch in there for a strike. We did not see a Joes pitcher go quite this deep yesterday.
That's two beautiful breaking balls back to back from Josh Leisure. We did see Dawson Hall go 3 innings, but he did not reach the pitch count. Was a little more efficient with the pitches. I believe he did record three innings pitched. He did. So matching that about, and they might be on an innings limit instead of maybe a pitch limit if you're around the 30 mark. But 2-2 and 1 out for the leadoff man, Carson Shepard. As the breaking ball almost paints that outside corner. Looked great from up here. Leisure really letting them have it with that big hook and loop and curveball. Looks great. Gonna freeze a lot of batters with that one, but the count full goes back to the fastball. Bam Thomas, a little bit of a fumble off the net.
Ben McGee up in the Joe's pen.
As the full count offering comes in, another breaking ball. Missing up, I suppose. I don't know exactly where that one missed, but either way, that'll put a runner on. That's Carson Shepard. He'll reach for the second time today. Saw Carson Shepard hit by a pitch to lead things off in the first at-bat of the game. Now reaches via the walk. We'll bring up Gunnar Aldridge as the Joe's fans cheer a little louder as this is the beer batter. The first guy to strike out for the Joes, or for the Copperheads rather. One of the 3 strikeout victims from Josh Leisure so far. 1 ball, no strike to him. Would love a little 6-4-3 action here. Won't quite get it. That one's going to miss outside. Trying to go backdoor with that breaking ball. As the count moves to 2-0. 2-0. Here in the top half of the third. Josh Leisure up to 41 pitches as he pumps that fastball by him. And gets the first strike of the AB. Has really only struggled in putting 1 runner on the entire game so far as the runner's off with the pitch. Looked like a hit and run. That ball's in time, but the tag's late, says the infield umpire. A great throw from Nick Wimmers, maybe a little high if you had to be nitpicky. I believe it was a strike. And indeed it is. Look up at the scoreboard. 2-2. And now running in scoring position for the Copperheads. That one's set in the left center field. Going to range in the left center gap. And make the catch is Konzak. And just the second or third ball, rather, with Steidel having sent that ball into center field, we've seen leave the infield for the Copperheads.
And now with McGee pitching from the bullpen now in full all the way out at the mound, this may be the last batter that Leisure will face if he's able to retire.
Yeah, he'll be Bam Thomas. Bam Thomas grounded back to Leisure his last time up, part of a hit and run kind of gone wrong. Gone right in some regards as Shepard was able to move up a base, but 1-0. Here with 2 outs in the top half of the third. As what a beautiful frame by Wimmers behind the plate, able to get around that baseball, keep that one on the outside corner, and even the count of 1-1. Might see that sort of thing phased out next couple of years as people are starting to go to robot umpires, but as a catcher myself, I still think there's a little bit of art behind the plate. As that one will miss outside. 2-1, 2 outs, and one runner on. That's Carson Shepard out there at second base. Walked, stole a base. The 2-1, a breaking ball. Gonna miss up in the zone. The count goes to 3-1. Being kind of hasty around Bam Thomas. We haven't really seen much around the zone in his first 2 at-bats. As he'll reach at that one. Definitely reaching the ball 4, but Lazier will take it anyway. Coming up to the 50 pitch mark. This next pitch will be pitch number 50. We gotta start getting sponsors for numbers now. 50th pitch brought to you by somebody. It's the 3-2 blown right by him. Another strikeout for Josh Lazier, as that will likely be the end of his night. Had a great game so far as that strikeout number 4, but we'll be right back with the home half of the third. Jake Jordan looking like he's coming back out for another inning. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes radio broadcast.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fitton Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused healthcare. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Back for the home half of the third. Going to be Andrew Patrick to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. Andrew Patrick will look for his first hit of the ball game, reached in the first. Now getting an at-bat here in the third. 2-0 our score. Still Jake Jordan out there on the mound. Came in and put out a big fire for the Copperheads. With runners at the corners, able to wriggle himself off the hook as the first pitch is a big cut from Andrew Patrick over what looked like a brick and ball, maybe changeup that dove off the plate from Jake Jordan. We don't quite have a pitch mix. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury. But it's been good so far for Jordan. As again, swinging right over the top of that one is Patrick, and down to the count 0-2. The 0-2 coming in. Trying to paint that outside corner as Jordan will be unsuccessful on this try. And the count will move to 1-2. Gone slow, and then fast here on Patrick. We'll see if they pitch him a little backwards as that one maybe got the plate. Got something. Bounced away from the catcher, Steidel. And after getting ahead in the count 0-2, Patrick able to work it back to even at 2-2 with nobody out here in the third. 2-0 our score. Joe's looking to tack some more on. The 2-2 fought off of the plate by Patrick. That's the one thing we saw yesterday consistently was some really good at-bats from these Joe's batters.
Yeah, and that's continued into today. We mentioned it on the broadcast yesterday, talking about how it's good, especially early season when a lot of these guys are limited to, run up that pitch count, make the other team use as many guys as they can.
That's the 2-2, a good breaking ball there from Jake Jordan, swung right over the top of from Andrew Patrick. A long at-bat, but a strikeout nonetheless as Jake Jordan has come in and been very good for the Copperheads, retiring 3 straight batters. Get his first strikeout. We'll get the first strikeout of the game for the Copperheads. We'll bring up Cal Brazier. And the first pitch to Brazier in the dirt. Brazier 0 for 1, but had a great at-bat his last time up lined one rather hard on a line to Jordan Long over there at third base. Almost lucky he was able to get a glove on that one, as that one had eyes for maybe extra bases. One ball, one strike, and one out. Nobody on here in the bottom of the third. Joe's lead 2-0. That one's hit hard on the ground out in the field and on his left. Will make the play in time to Bam Thomas is Shepard. As Brazier will go down 6-3. And it looks like Jake Jordan really kind of in control of his last two at-bats.
Yeah, Jordan's looked good, like you mentioned. That was a good at-bat from Patrick to lead off the inning, but at the end of the day, Jordan won the battle, and he finished it off with that really nasty breaking ball that Patrick just swung over the top of. That time he's able to manufacture a ground out. Here's Sam Lowe, who, as we mentioned, has hit the ball hard in his first couple games this season, but still looking to find a gap in the field somewhere.
One ball and no strikes to Sam Lowe as they'll look for a way on and a sacrifice fly. The lone RBI brought home Konzak in the first after Ulrich came around on the wild pitch a little later. The count moves to 2-0. But still looking for his first hit of the season. Reached via the walk in the first inning of game number 1. Went 0 for 3 after that. A couple of good at-bats in a row yesterday. But has been great defensively. Look to see if he can switch that on offensively as the shadows start to loom over the batter's box. 3-0. Going to be taken all the way is Sam Lowe, and that'll pump right down the middle. Jake Jordan able to get the first strike of the at-bat. 3-1. And 2 outs here in this 2-0 ball game. Bottom of the third here at Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. The 3-1 going to miss low. So another good at-bat. This time pays off for the Joes, as Sam Lowe will reach for the first time in this ball game. Still is yet to record an at-bat. 2 plate appearances. We'll bring up the hero last night, Bennett Clement.
Yeah, and with that, the Joes up to 5 walks in the game, and additionally a hit by pitch. That 5 walks is actually now more than their tally from yesterday. We're only 2 2/3 in.
And still looking for our first hit from the Joes. Jake Jordan has come in and been good as we get a back pick, but that's going to get away from Bam Thomas. Low on his horse. No throw as he's in there with a head first slide.
Thomas looks a little shaken up potentially over there at first.
Had to kind of dive for that one. That one wasn't as quite on the bag as the last throw we saw from Steidl. But having to dive across, maybe a little turf in the eye, as those particles tend to kick up and are definitely a problem. Now I'm thinking you give that one an error.
Yep, it's an E2.
An E2. Okay. Never know if you give that one to Thomas or Steidl, but the throw was a little off as the count moves to 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably not a play that he super expected. I mean, he definitely didn't expect to make the tag there. That throw was well offline, but maybe, he tried to give a shot at least catching the ball, and when he hit the ground, that one popped out of the glove. Not on him at all over there at first.
But Jordan ahead 0-2 on the count, and that'll be chopped right back to him. He'll let it roll. Popped that one over to Thomas at first, and nothing doing for the Joes here in the home half of the third. They'll leave one stranded. That's Sam Lowe out there at second base. But we'll be right back with the top of the fourth inning. Joe's up 2-0. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Radio Network.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, They're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008. If you're looking for an industry leader in all things related to windows and doors, look no further than L.E. Schofield Window and Door Co. With over 7 decades of experience in providing window and door repair and replacement services, as well as glass, screens, and other products, you can count on them to get the job done right the first time around. Call them today at 513-863-8932.
Woman owned and family operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519.
Coming back in the top half of the fourth, Josh Lazier, after 3 great innings, will be preceded by Ben McGew, getting his first appearance of the season. Luke, a little bit on Ben.
Yeah, Ben McGew for the Joes. He was scheduled to come in as the first reliever for this game. Ben, the righty, 6 foot 210 out of Lincoln Trail College, sophomore out of Erlanger, Kentucky. For Ben, he did not play this spring for Lincoln Trail. And he will come in to face Clayton Hodges after 3 really solid innings on the mound from Josh Lazier.
And the first pitch from him will miss off the plate, but looking a little good on that fastball. Love to see him start to pop the glove here early.
Yeah, Lazier was a late arrival for the Joes.
As that one's pumped right by Hodges at the plate.
He was a late arrival, came the day before yesterday, the day before opening day. I believe he pitched a light pen after Wright State made regionals. Wasn't able to practice too much with the team, but he looked solid in his first start.
It looked really good. A really good start for him. Looking to maybe lean a little heavily on him a little bit later down the season when he's got a little bit more of his legs under him. But did go about 50 pitches. So longer than what we've seen a couple of these Joes guys go, but a little warmer today. You never know. The arm might have been feeling a little better.
Yeah, I think 30 to 50 is kind of the range that Coach Finnerty likes to stick to with his pitchers this early in the season when they're still kind of in this feeling out process. So some guys end up on the lower end of that range, some guys on the upper part. Just depends on how you're feeling.
And that is a 5-pitch walk to start things here in the top half of the 4th inning. Hodges will reach for the first time. Struck out in the first to end that big first inning. One of Lazier's 4 strikeouts. But again, just the free bases has really been still there for the Joes. Hasn't come back to hurt them just yet, as I knock on wood. But so far we've issued 4 free bases, and kind of just can't have that if you want to be successful on the mound.
Yeah, you know, you talked about the free bags, but I think the response when Lazier was in was pretty good each time. I don't think it really phased him at all. But yeah, like you said, that can kind of set things up as the runner goes.
Throw from Wimbers well wide. Clement having to field it in shallow center. Won't be a throw as Hodge is able to scoot his way into third base, the farthest any Copperhead has gone so far this evening. So Hodges with second stolen base or third stolen base for the Copperheads on the game. Did reach third on the throwing error. As Wimmers really kind of just released that one a little too early. Threw that one well up the right-hand side. It's the count 2-0. Gonna miss up. But the Copperheads got the first real scoring chance of the game so far for them. Saw Shepard reach second, but that was with 2 outs. Saw Shepard reach again to second, but that was with 2 outs. As that one's gonna miss off the plate. And put another base runner on for the Copperheads. So 9 pitches for Ben McGue. None have been particularly clean. Just the 1 strike so far. As we're going to meeting at the mound from our pitching coach, Ryan Finnerty. Ryan probably just going out there, just telling them just to calm down. Really, it's really just been just a little too excited, trying to overthrow a little bit here early. And sure enough, just a short conference. Just instill some confidence back in his right-hander with runners at the corners and nobody out. 2-0 our score here at Foundation Field in Hamilton, Ohio. Copperheads versus the Joes. Joes 1-0, Copperheads 1-0. Both at the top of the standings so far. Here in the early going. We get a call from time. Ratliff gonna look over and get some signs. Rucker did steal a base his last time on, so would not be surprised if he goes here early. As McGue thinking the same thing. Picks over. That stolen base probably one of the better throws we've seen from Wimmers so far. Was in time, but the tag was a little late. The throw was a little high. So square to bunt. Pull back in time. That'll be ball 1. So as he creeps in the double digits, 10 pitches, has recorded no outs and runners at the corners. Going to bring the corners in a bit. Brazier does have to hold the runner over there at first, but Bridges going to come well in as he'll reach for that one. Come home with the throw, and we'll be in time. So Wimmers out to Sam Lowe, and Sam Lowe firing one right back on the money. Hose and Hodges at the plate. Believe Rucker will get the stolen base. But a great play all the way around by the Joes.
Yeah, now TJ Lanning's going to come in from third and talk to Joe Kimbrough, because probably arguing that Wimmers was guarding the plate a bit, but the throw was well in time. One thing that Ryan Finnerty had to say about Sam Lowe, he raved about that arm over there at short. And I think when he talked about it, it was more across the diamond, not necessarily back home. But yeah, I mean, that throw, it was quick out of the glove, and it was perfectly placed. That was, I mean, easy stuff for Wimmers to apply that tech.
Well, 1-1, now with 1 out. Still a runner in scoring mission for the Copperheads. So they sort of squandered that chance. Was wondering what we were going to see from the Joes, as Wimmers didn't come out and give any signs for first and third. But a good heads-up play all the way around. Sam Lowe realizing that we could get the runner at home, that was Hodges, and threw it right on the money. 2-1. Going to miss off the plate, kick away from Wimmers, and put a Copperhead runner at third once again. So 3-1. Runner moves back to third. That's Rucker. The right fielder for the Copperheads reached on the walk, stole that base on that previous play. Now reaches on the ball to the backstop. (3-1). Roped into center field. Clement going all the way back. He's not going to get it. That one's going to one-hop the wall into second. Took a long, hard turn, did Ratcliffe. Put back in time as the throw went to third. And he'll be in there with an RBI double. First hit of the game for the Copperheads. as we were absolutely rolling on the mound.
First hit for either team, actually. Joes still don't have a hit either, so, you know, it seems like they have, but it's been a walk fest on the other side. Yeah, that's the first hit we've seen all game. Solid contact there from Ratliff. That one was crushed out there in center.
Yeah, definitely got all of that one, especially with McGee just trying to find the zone at this point. Down 3-1, you know you're going to get something grooved. As that ball hitting the left center. Clement coming over, Konzak coming over. Konzak will make the catch. Little stunt to third, but nothing doing, as that'll be out number 2. So Silva retired on 1 pitch, and McGue's still just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with just the 1 run allowed, and still the Joes lead intact. We'll face Jordan Long. Third baseman already made a couple of good plays on the defensive side. The first pitch to him, hit high into the air. Brazier going to camp under it, or still going, rather. Looked like it picked up a little steam. And that'll drop in foul territory. A long strike number 1 for Jordan Long. And you have to think that one you'd like to have caught. But either way, McGue gets the strike. And will continue his at-bat with Jordan Long. Look to maybe record a punch out, be his first one of the ball game. The 0-1. Gonna miss off the plate. So we have seen in Major League Baseball this season a no-hitter where the team lost, or I guess it's not a technical no-hitter.
It wasn't technically a no-hitter because it was just 8 innings.
Hate to bring that up in the Cincinnati area because that one's set into center field. Bennett Clement going to field it on the 2-hop. They'll fire one in to be not cut off by Brazier. Wimmer's ball kick away to the backstop. Jordan Long will reach second base. And we're all tied up here at Foundation Field.
Copperheads make the Joes pay for that mistake in the field as they tie the game up. And now Tyler Thaman's coming out, and this actually, I believe, is going to spell the end for Ben McGue. Pitcher out there in the bullpen for the Joes is wrapping up. I think it's Wyatt Fisher, but I can't confirm. We'll check on it when he comes closer to us in a second. But for now, we will take a short break.
We'll be right back with new pitcher and stats here in the top half of the 4th. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes broadcast.
Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
Hungry Joe's fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or Order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
Top of the fourth, going to have a call to the bullpen. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Miller Coors. We'll bring in Jacob Beal, the righty for the Hamilton Joes. A little bit about Jacob Beal, Luke.
Yeah, I apologize. Thought that it was 25, not 26 in the bullpen. But Jacob Beal, the sophomore from Liberty Township, just about 20 minutes or so from here. Fires in that first pitch and finds the zone. Sophomore at Akron, plays for Chris Sabo and the Zips. Appeared in 13 games this season. Pitched 23 and 2/3 innings with a record of 1-3. ERA of 12.55 coming out of the bullpen for Akron. 2.28 WHIP.
And they'll come in a big spot. Already 2 runs across. That one kicks away from Wimmers. He'll eat it at the plate. Nothing doing, and Jordan Long thinking better as he's the go-ahead run here in the fourth. But just looking to get out of this inning for the Joes. Kind of put it behind them. 2 runs have come across on 2 hits, 2 walks, and a couple errors. The 1-1 hit on the ground hard, but well found. Going to rattle around in the Copperheads dugout down the right-hand side. But Steidel will go down to the count 1-2 as the Joes look to retire him for the second time in a row. Had an at-bat in the third. Flew out to Bennett Clement out there in center field. It's the 1-2. Going to require Steidel to get out of the way, roll all the way to the backstop. Jordan Long will saunter his way into third base. And again, another ball to the backstop. Moving runners over for the Joes. Have to count. I believe that's the second wild pitch for the Joes, at least in this inning, as that one's hit right back to him. Should be no trouble. Underhand flip that one to Brazier. Pitch number 5 is out. Number 3 for Jacob Beal as we'll go to the bottom half of the fourth. Whole new ball game as the Joes are tied 2-2 after 2 hits that bring 2 runs home for the Copperheads. We'll be right back. You're listening to the All Wealth Hamilton Joes radio broadcast.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080. At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Back in the home half of the fourth, the Joes looking up at the scoreboard, tied 2-2. Jake Jordan still dealing for the Copperheads. They'll face Badalak, Bridges, and Wimmers, 7, 8, 9 here in the Joes lineup. As that one will miss off the plate, 1-1. Badalak, who reached in the second, was hit by a pitch, stole a base. Was left stranded out there at second. That one is ripped in the right center field. Coming in, going to be a tough play, not going to be able to make it. And that'll get down. Rucker kind of having to come in and make a backhanded play at that. And that'll drop. That'll be the first hit of the ball game for the Joes.
Yeah, first hit. That one was in just the right spot for Badalak, and off to a pretty good start. He wore it last time he was up, only saw one pitch, but in his first official at-bat for the Joes, he's able to cash in with a hit.
And does have a stolen base. So that one squirts away from Steidel, but unable to capitalize on that one is Badalak over there at first. Good to get the monkey off the back here in the fourth. It did take us 3 innings, I believe, last time and last game to get our first hit of the ball game. So a little bit of a late bloomer type of team are the Joes so far this season. As that one's flared over the right side of the field, just over the first baseman, Bam Thomas, but that'll drop foul.
That looked really awkward from our angle. That looked like it was going to drop fair, but everybody on the field just kind of froze.
He got kind of jammed on that one, that's for sure.
Yep.
Jake Jordan coming in and coming right after batters. This being Bridges' first at-bat against Jordan. As we get another pick over to first. So that one was in there for a strike, but Badalak able to be back in time. Steidel, one of those catchers that likes to throw behind runners, likes to keep runners honest. Haven't quite seen that come to fruition yet. As a matter of fact, didn't even see Sam Lowe reach second after a errant throw came in from Steidel. One, two, and nobody out. Is that one mighty fine breaking ball going to miss up in the zone, and even the count of 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 more on and nobody out. As that one's chopped to the right-hand side. Bam Thomas throwing across the diamond. A great play. Actually, that's dropped.
Yeah, that throw, that's the second time it's been hit to Thomas in what seemingly is a pretty routine play over to second. And Thomas both times is taking his time to pick that out of the glove. Maybe he's had some sort of issue with that. Last time it prevented him from getting the double play, but this time he just spiked it into the ground, and so it was a really tough play for Shepard to try and grab that one. He just kind of crumpled on top of second base and wasn't able to secure it.
And at that point, as a shortstop, all you got to do is block the umpire's vision and maybe just try to get the call. But looks like he's kind of ramping up, kind of tucking it back, almost like, Smalls was taught how to throw a baseball from the Sandlot, but I don't know. It just looks like he has a little bit of a struggle getting the ball over there. But 1-0 to Nick Wimmers, catcher for the Joes tonight. Popped out to shallow left field his last time up. Required Shepard to go kind of a long way, as the Copperheads do use their shortstop to hold the runner at second. Something kind of normal for some of these teams to have the opposite field sort of middle infielder hold. We did see earlier in this game, they did have Shepard over there with a right-handed batter up. I forgot who it was, but maybe Shepard, their kind of guy with the glove in the middle infield. And Shepard again dancing behind the runner, Badalak, as we get a pickoff attempt from Jake Jordan, a spinning pump fake. But nothing doing. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. The Joes threatening here in the home half of the fourth after giving up 2 runs in the top half. Looking to claw some back of their own as that one's chopped to Jake Jordan. The only play is going to be to first, and he'll make it in time. Sort of a pseudo-sacrifice play. Joes will take it either way, as that one kind of got almost too high and was going to be a tough play anywhere, really. that'll put one out on the board. And move runners to second and third. As the middle infielders kind of questioning to their coach whether or not to bring the infield in. And they're going to go about halfway. They'll go into the baseline with Bam Thomas playing about even and Jordan Long playing about even on both sides of the field. 1 ball, no strikes. The top of the lineup, Caden Konzak, who's looking for his first hit of the game, but has reached twice. Walked in the first, stole a bag, came around to score on the sac fly from Sam Lowe, as that one clips the outside corner. I haven't seen that one consistently called on the outside corner, but able to grant the wish on this one for Jordan here in the fourth. 1 ball, 1 strike. The infield sort of in for the Copperheads, looking to cut the runner at home, as that is the go-ahead runner. 2-2 our score here in the home half of the fourth after Copperheads clawed 2 of their own in the top half of this inning. After we hadn't seen any scoring since the bottom of the first. Looked like we might not have seen some scoring. But Joe's changing their pitching. Josh Lazier came out. Ben McHugh came in as the 2-1. Gonna clip that inside corner, and we're gonna get a conference at the mound between Steidel and his pitcher Jake Jordan. Maybe a little bit of a cross-up on that one. The signs do change with runners on second. Typically, you don't want to fall victim to sign stealing. As I believe there's only a couple of teams in Major League Baseball that still do signs with runner on second. Did see, I believe, the Dodgers walk a guy over a couple of weeks back because they still do traditional signs. They don't have any of the pitch tech. With 2 balls, 2 strikes to the top of the order, Caden Konzak. Still battle again. Fouled out one of the backstop.
I'm a fan of the pitch tech myself. I know that. And I feel like that's one change in the game that even a lot of baseball purists can kind of get behind, especially with just all the frustration in general surrounding all the scandals lately in Major League Baseball relating to that.
The 2-2 going to miss low. Yeah, definitely you see the Astros, the biggest one, get the most hate for it. Yankees kind of got caught up in it. Red Sox kind of got caught up in it. So a lot of teams starting to go away from that and starting to do the pitch check kind of stuff. I know Vanderbilt does it. They have a sort of watch that they do it on. It's kind of weird. But the full count offering going to be set into center field. Coming in, and that's going to drop. 1 run will come in and score. They'll hold the runner at third. Konzak into second, no throw.
Great base running by Konzak.
Arnolds will stay at second and third, and the Joes take the lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. So Bridges would have been able to easily score had he just taken off from the jump, but that actually looked like Hodges had a chance out in center to potentially make that catch. And actually, Bridges kind of got caught in a weird spot because had Hodges come in and made that catch, the point where he was stopped at was probably a little too far off the bag, but luckily for him, that dropped. Bridges thought about it, but decided not to go, and now you got, one of the hottest hitters in the Joes lineup in Evan Ulrich coming to the plate with 2 guys in scoring position, a chance to extend the lead.
And the first pitch to him will miss off the plate. The Copperheads infield coming fully in now. Coming in on the infield grass, or the green part of the turf, I should say. But 1 ball, no strikes to Evan Ulrich. You mentioned how hot he's been over the last couple games. Looking for his first hit of the ball game, as we've only seen 2 hits. And they both come in this inning for the Joes, as the count even is at 1-1. But once the floodgates kind of opened, you saw the Copperheads with 2 hits in the top half of the inning. And then it seemed like the gates have kind of opened for hits to start rolling here for both teams. The 1-1 going to miss off the plate. Almost a good frame attempt from Steidel at the plate. Has stolen a couple of calls from the Joes. So it's been rather good behind the plate, aside from the one error that kind of bounced off the glove of Thomas. Maybe should have had a caught stealing a little bit earlier. But the 2-1, gonna miss low. With the hot battle, Ulrich, I don't know. Maybe they got a little scared yesterday watching the broadcast. They don't want a
I
ball
don't
to
want
end
to
up.
pitch to the guy up next though with the bases loaded.
It's
Andrew Patrick on deck.
Tough part of the lineup for the Joes either way. Either way you cut it up. The 3-1 good to rip at that one. My goodness. Definitely tried to repeat yesterday on that one. Wanted all of that one. Fastball up in the zone, but going to foul that one to the backstop. The Cowler run full at 3-2.
Yeah, Ulrich had 3 bombs during this college season. Patrick, who's on deck, had 9.
We'd love to get to Patrick, that's for sure. But some action out there in the Copperheads bullpen as Jake Jordan climbs up to 50 pitches as that one is fouled off. Definitely not a guy you want to miss up with. So back-to-back pitches where Jake Jordan has challenged Ulrich up in the zone, has been successful 2 times, but never thrice, they say. And he might pay for it if he comes up in the zone again. Full count offering 3-2. Again, Evan just fighting off pitches. Another great at-bat from this Joes team. Another great at-bat from Evan Ulrich over his last 2 days.
Yeah, Ulrich's fighting right now. All 3 of those pitches were close to the zone where they kind of could have gone either way. And as a batter, you don't really want to leave things up to the umpire in that situation. So good on Ulrich to fight those off.
We're full here. Count-wise, 3-2. 1 out, 2 on. As that'll miss off. Little bat flip at the plate from Evan Ulrich. And he'll walk for the 2nd time today. And load the bases for Andrew Patrick. Not a lot of urgency from the guy out there in the bullpen. It's a single-digit number. You don't see that a lot from your pitchers, as he does signal, right as I'm looking at him, signals that he's ready. But nobody out, or nope, 1 out, and the base is juiced for Andrew Patrick, who looks for his first hit in the Joes debut. Would be quite the debut if you can collect some RBIs here. As he'll check his swing, though. Go to the field umpire. He'll say no, he didn't. Not the greatest angle on the field umpire, but sometimes you get that call, but not really his call to make out there. In the infield, 1 ball, no strikes, a 3-2 ball game. The Joes have scratched one across to regain the lead here in the 4th, looking to tack some more on as the 1-0 hit hard, but hit right back at the Joes dugout. Couple of screams over there. Guys probably having to check themselves, make sure they're manly screams. Heard a couple of high-pitched ones come out of that dugout.
Those were shrill.
We have talked about miking some of these players up if we can get the equipment. I think that'd be a great opportunity as that one paints the outside corner, especially with balls like that. Have to see what guys are putting in octave-wise.
Yeah, this is, we've been around this group now for about a week, and this is a fun group. These are a fun group of guys. We'd love to bring some of that content to you viewers at home.
1 ball, 2 strikes as Jake Jordan looks to get himself out of this, and will take the first step there. Swinging strike 3 with the bases loaded. Andrew Patrick will go down on strikes for the 2nd time in tonight's ball game.
Got another good hitter coming up, though, in Brazier.
The guy who's hit the ball pretty well his first 2 at-bats. Line one hard as we see Jordan Long take a step back, reminding him of what happened the first time Cal Brazier came up. As we'll watch 1 low, 1-0.
Brazier hit 10 bombs this spring. Slugged .596, OPS of 1,000. So he's got some solid stats, 38 ribbies during the collegiate season.
Look to add one here in the summer league as the 1-0 going to miss off. Another good stop at the plate by Steidel. Saving another run for sure.
Bridges is antsy over there, 3rd. He's taken some pretty large secondary leads. We've seen a couple of those back picks down to 1st. But nothing over to 3rd, nobody covering there.
A little bit harder for a catcher to go through a right-handed batter.
Yep.
And especially, you feel like Walker Bridges might just take off. As that one's grooved right down the middle, 2-0. Yeah, I have to think you'd like to see Cal Brazier do a little more aggressiveness on that pitch, as that one was right down Main Street. Maybe there's a method to the madness. 2-1 and 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Joes as that one's chopped on the ground, but will go foul. And kind of move to 2-2. I tell you, if Jake Jordan can get himself out of this jam as well, I think he's definitely earned himself a little prize after the game, a drumstick or something like that.
Yeah, this is a situation where the Joes really want to get out of this with more than one run, but good position right now for Jordan given the circumstances.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and the base is loaded with 2 outs. Swing in the dirt. Steidel will step on the plate, and that'll do things here in the home half of the 4th. 1 run does come across as the Joes take a 3-2 lead, but we'll go to the top half of the 5th. You're watching Hamilton Joes baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes broadcast.
Joes fans, pay a visit to Alley's on the River for a night of family fun. Visit them in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-895-0186. Alley's on the River, proud partner of your Hamilton Joes. Joes fans, pay a visit to Canes in Fairfield. Before or after any Joes game, visit them at 5120 Dixie Highway behind the Fairfield High School Stadium or give them a call at 513-815-4414.
Frank's Glass is a family-owned glass company that has served the tri-state area for over 50 years. We are a full-service glass company providing automobile, residential, and commercial glass. Whether you need to replace a windshield, a broken window pane, or have a new shower door installed, you can count on Frank's Glass to do the job right. We're located on Route 4, Dixie Highway. We are 2 blocks north of Jungle Gyms on the opposite side of the road. For more information, contact 513-829-8284. For 50 years and counting, Envision Partnerships has been dedicated to the creation of a healthy, safe, and drug-free environment throughout all of Butler County. For more information, our location is 2935 Hamilton Mason Road, and the phone number is 513-868-2100.
Chick-fil-A. Coming back here in the top half of the 5th. Joe's up 3-2 as we go a little bit further into this game. Sun's starting to peek out a little bit. Definitely been blessed with a little bit of the sunshine, but can't say the same about around the league.
Yeah, we only got 2 games going on right now in the GLSCL. There were supposed to be 6, a full slate. Lima and Sandusky were suspended. As that one crosses the plate for a strike. And yeah, the only 2 games being played are in the South. Jetbox and Muskegon canceled. Royal Oak and Michigan canceled. Richmond and Cincinnati canceled. As mentioned before, Lima and Sandusky were postponed. The second game of their series as that one missed. Sandusky up 1-0 in that one. And the funny thing, Blake, right now the other game going on, Grand Lake and Xenia. Grand Lake up in that one, 2-0 in the top of the 4th. So that one missed down low. I showed you guys a clip I saw on Twitter earlier. That game got delayed for rain, but we saw a tornado pop up in Tip City, Ohio. Not too far from Xenia, and somehow they were able to get out of that delay and still play at Grady's Field at the AIA complex. Here it poured for us. We're still on tornado watch technically, but the weather clear.
As Carson Shepard will reach here in the top half of the 5th. The Copperheads will get another base runner. Yeah, we talk about the weather, and I don't know what the procedure is on tornadoes, but I'd have to think you'd have to wait a little bit longer to get the game back rolling. But they're in the 4th. They're about on par with what we were.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I saw that game come out of delay. I thought it was just going to get canceled. And the weather has cleared up nicely for us. It's not supposed to rain now at all throughout the rest of the night.
Well, up steps the beer batter, Gunnar Aldridge. 0 for 2. Strikeout, fly out to Konzak his last time up. He'll bat with Shepard on at first, who's reached all 3 times he's come to the plate. 2 walks hit by pitch, 1 stolen base, but has been left on base every time as that one's hit the bridges. He'll go to second for 1. No, he won't. That one's in the right field. They'll throw the ball into second, and that's a big error for the Joes.
Yeah, it was kind of an awkward play for Bridges. I think he hesitated as to whether or not he wanted to go after the lead runner or not, because the man on first, and that was Shepard, was farther down the baseline. I think he kind of second-guessed his decision to go to second as he was mid-throw, and that caused him to just pull that one wide left.
Yeah, in that circumstance, you know, if you're unsure, you always got to go to first. Just get 1 out for sure. But that kind of spells a little bit of trouble for the Joes. But runners at the corners for the Copperheads as Jacob Beal into his first bit of trouble after coming in relief for Ben McGue. He'll get a big swing over from Bam Thomas. But 4 errors for both teams, as neither team has been particularly good with keeping control of the baseball. 3-2 our score. As the runner will take off. Bam Thomas going to launch that one high into the air, as they'll let that one drop. Andrew Patrick ranging over there, but that one was all the way on the wall. As the count will move to, I believe, 1-2. Their scoreboard's, I think, a little off. Indeed, 1 ball, 2 strikes. With runners at the corners and nobody out for Bam Thomas, who looks to collect his first hit of the ball game, collect an RBI for the Copperheads, and Jacob Beal looking to shut that down. But a rather good crowd today. We didn't think we'd see very many people with the tornado watch and the showers coming through as the 2-2 sent foul.
Yeah, and they've been rewarded. I mean, the weather turned out better even than expected. You know, obviously it rained a lot early, but if you check the forecast before you decided to come to the ballpark, it looked like it was just going to rain straight through. And these fans have braved the early elements, and now they're rewarded with some cleared-up baseball.
And the 2-2 comes in. Be fisted into center field. Clement going to have to come all the way in. He'll pump fake. Maybe could have had Aldridge at second. And Shepard will come in to score to tie things up here in Ohio.
Yeah, that was kind of a split decision out there in center for Clement. It was a jam shot to straightaway center, and he came in on it and had to decide whether or not he maybe wanted to try to dive at it or play it on the 1-hop. He decided on the 1-hop, and at that point, Aldridge was 3/4 of the way down the line and stopped. And like you mentioned, Blake, he might have had a chance.
We're going to square the bunt here. Nick Wimmer is going to go to second for 1. And Sam Lowe unable to handle it. Another error for the Joes will bring another run across for the Copperheads. And it's just been not the greatest defensive night for the Joes.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate because that was great reaction by Wimmers behind the plate. As now Tyler Thaman's going to come out. We may be seeing another new pitcher here for Hamilton. But yeah, I mean, Wimmers sprang right up as soon as that bunt was laid down, and he barehanded that ball already in his throwing stance. Like, that was perfect, and he threw it over to Lowe at second. And Lowe wasn't able to make the scoop as it bounced into center field. Seaheads take the lead.
I don't see anybody actively throwing in the bullpen.
Yeah, usually Coach Thaman comes out to take the ball from the pitcher, but maybe in this case he just wants to go over things with the entirety of the infield. As like you mentioned, Blake, they've made a couple of errors, up to 3 in the game now for Hamilton.
4-3 now our score. Here in the top half of the 5th. As things have kind of spiraled for the Joes and may continue to, with nobody out and runners at the corners for the Copperheads. Thought maybe the Joes had secured a little bit of momentum. As I think we're going to get a Pinch hitter, pinch runner.
Right fielder Trey Rucker.
And we'll still see Rucker, but maybe a pinch runner?
Is that a warning? Pinch runner potentially on first. Not sure what that was. We'll take a look at it when we can.
We'll bring up Trey Rucker. As Jacob Beal will paint that outside corner. Beal doing a good job of filling it up. Has gotten a lot of balls in play. Just the one walk to Shepard, which you'd like to have back, but everything else just kind of falling apart as the runner takes off. Beal will field. It'll go first for one, as that one was very slow. And that'll be the first out of the inning as the Copperheads grow their lead to 2.
Left fielder Kyle Ratliff.
Five to 3 now, our score here in the top half of the 5th. Jacob Beal recording the first out. As Ratliff sends that ball in the center field. Bennett Clement going all the way back. It'll one hop off the wall. One runner's going to come in to score. No throw from Sam Lowe. And the lead now 6 to 3. Did a good job hunting fastballs there from Ratliff.
And that's the second time that a Copperhead has put it over the head of Clement in center. 2 balls hit really deep out there near the batter's eye.
And that double last time was Ratliff as well, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
So a 6-3 ball game after the Joes took the lead in the bottom half of the 4th. So that one again ripped. But it'll be right at our right fielder, Andrew Patrick. Going to be a relay play, but will be cut by Sam Lowe. Runner will advance to third base. But we will record the second out of the inning, which is a huge out. One pitch away from getting out of this thing. Still down by 3. Well, I mentioned the floodgates last inning after the Copperheads pulled across 2 hits. The Joes put across 2 hits of their own, but looks like the gates have fully opened, as we've seen 4 runs come across in this inning for Southern Ohio. The 0-1. Gonna get away from Wimmers, roll all the way to the backstop.
That's a fortunate break.
And Ratliff gonna stay firmly planted.
Long was waving him home, and he was right. I think he maybe didn't see over there at third, Ratliff, how far that one got away from Wimmers, because Long immediately was waving that left hand saying, come home. But wasn't enough movement in time.
1 ball, 1 strike is that one's going to miss inside. We lost our scoreboard here at the ballpark. But 2-1. We'll try to keep everything accurate for you here on the broadcast. Jordan Long looking for another trip on base today as he watches a beautiful breaking ball from Beal catch the outside corner. Long a single and RBI in the 4th. Part of that 2-run 4th inning for the Copperheads. So that one looks like it paints the outside corner, but we'll see at least 1 more pitch from Jacob Beal as the umpire calls him back to the mound. Full 3-2. Ratliff at third. Reached on the double, then reached third base a little bit later as that one is fouled at the plate. Six to 3 our score in the top half of the 5th. Got a 3-2 count, 2 outs for Jordan Long as Beal looks to put an end to a rough inning for the Joes. And will not do it on that pitch. As another walk puts runners at the corners for the Copperheads.
Number 15, Josh Steidel.
Copperheads bat around all the way through the lineup. We saw the Scouts do that yesterday to the Joes in that fourth inning, the big inning. Also a 4-run inning for them. Jacob Beal just trying to escape. Only 2 earned runs in this inning for the Copperheads. Some errors from the Joes in the field have given them a couple more.
First pitch to Copperheads, backstop. Josh Steidel gonna miss off the plate. We saw the resilience from the Joes yesterday, and will be a little bit more of a dogfight today. That one's ripped down the line, but that's gonna go foul. We've seen the resilience, and we know the Joes can battle back if the offense comes to life, as they did late. But we are 1-0 after leading after the 8th. And we have taken leads late earlier yesterday. But 1-1. Gonna miss off the plate. Have to duck out of the way a little bit on that one, does Steidel. 2-1, 2 outs, and 2 on, 2's all over the board. As the Copperheads look to get out of this inning. 6-3 our score. Jacob Beal looking to work his way out. So that one's ripped down the line. They'll call it foul. Good reaction over there by Brazier. Don't have an official timing on this inning. We should keep a stopwatch for half innings and try to get the lowest amount of time possible. But Jacob Beal, after coming in the 4th, put out a fire. You've seen 4 runs come across in this inning as the breaking ball, a good one in the dirt. But Steidel able to check the swing. So runners at the corners, 3-2, 2 outs. Long over there at first base will be off with the pitch. As there he is, and that one's sent high into the air. Wimmer's going to chase to the backstop, but that's going to be back amongst the fans. And we'll do 3-2 one more time. Three-two, 2 outs as the runner's off with the pitch. And Steidel doing his best to fight up there at the plate. Long at bat as Jacob Beal runs the pitch count up into the mid-30s. It's just about an inning and change. A 3-2, one more time. That's going to do it. Punches him out to end the top half of the 5th. And puts an end to a rough inning for the Copperheads. They'll come up with the top or the bottom half of the 5th, chasing 3 now. We'll see you right back here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes radio broadcast. Back here in the home half of the fifth, the Joes trailing by 3 after a 4-run inning from the Copperheads. We'll see Lowe, Clement, and Badalak.
Sam Lowe.
Sam Lowe, still no official at-bat on the day. Sacrifice fly in the first. Saw the RBI that came early for the Joes. And then a walk, reach second on an error. That error coming from, I believe, Steidel behind home plate. That little weird play from Bam Thomas as he goes ahead in the count 2-0. Still Jake Jordan on the mound as he climbs to 60 pitches and nobody out there in the bullpen.
Yeah, we did see someone earlier. That's one swung on and missed. Yeah, we saw someone, you mentioned Blake earlier, that was warming up that actually gave the ready-to-go signal back towards the Copperheads dugout and is not in there anymore. But Jordan's rolling. He'll stay in the game for now.
3-1 our count now on Sam Lowe as Sam Lowe looks to reach base here for the Joes and get something going. Need a big first at-bat from a good Joes batter to get things rolling for them. Need to respond after giving up 4 in the top half. The 3-run will miss. So a big at-bat for Sam Lowe.
How about the day he's had?
Reach twice and an RBI. We'll take that all day.
Yep. And still no at-bats.
It's still no at-bats. Great for the OBP, not great for the average. But he'll reach and bring up Bennett Clement, who will look for some more clutch heroics here in game number 2 on the season. Likely won't see any movement over there from Sam Lowe, is really just trying to get things going for the Joes. And you got Clement, Badalak, and Bridges right behind him. 0-1 and nobody out. Clement rips that one into the Joes bullpen. Seemed to have that one right on the nose, but a little out in front as he moves down to the count 0-2. Clement 0 for 2. Fly out and a ground out back to who I believe was Jake Jordan. Back in the third, the runner takes off. That one's hit high into the air. Being called off is Hodges as Rucker, or rather, being called off as Rucker. Hodges will come over and make that catch. Lowe able to scramble back in time as that ball was hit a little too high in the air. Gave Sam Lowe some time to get back. Almost your perfect hit and run as we'll get a meeting at the mound. Do see some action back out there. As he'll probably just go out there, ask him how he's doing as he's up into the mid-60s. I don't think we saw Garrett DeClue go this high. As indeed it'll be the end of the night for Jake Jordan. Had himself a great outing. Came in to put out a fire. We'll be right back after this call to the bullpen. We'll be right back here on the Hamilton Joes All Wealth radio broadcast. Still the bottom half of the fifth, one runner on, and the Joes chasing 3 as we get a pitching change for the Copperheads. Going to be Jarrett Oakes. Jarrett Oakes, the 5'11", 165 lefty out of South Carolina. Sumter, the sophomore out of South Carolina. He'll come in to face Clay Badalack with a runner on.
He's got quite a delivery.
A little strange. I showed you that JUCO guy. I don't know if a lot of you guys follow Steven on Twitter.
Steven Scotch.
One of the top personalities for college baseball, but really saw one of the JUCO guys have a funky delivery. Not quite as weird as that one was probably the weirdest one I've ever seen.
It was almost sidearm, like submarine sweeping his arm over the turf, it seemed like. But this one pretty interesting, too.
Runner takes off. That ball's in the dirt. Good by Steidel to even make an attempt, as that one came on the one hop, but Sam Lowe collected stolen base.
But that is one thing with that delivery. It took him quite a while, Oakes, to get that ball out of his hand, and it was a decent jump from Lowe. He was in well in time.
2 balls, 1 strike as Badalack looks for another hit in the ball game. As that one to the backstop. A little bit of a struggle with this new pitcher, Jarrett Oakes. Talked about it in the break. Maybe a little bit of some new life for the Joes, seeing a new arm after Jake Jordan absolutely ran it past him for a couple innings.
Yeah, and this is actually the first time that Oakes has seen collegiate hitters. Did not play in his freshman year for the South Carolina Sumter Fire Ants.
Oh, what a name. And the 3-1 will miss. So Badalack draws the walk. Jarrett Oak on 4 pitches has walked the first batter that he has seen. We'll bring up Walker Bridges. I think Walker Texas Ranger would have been a better walk-up, I think. But that's just me. The first pitch to Bridges. Gonna miss low. Having a hard time finding at least the low part of the zone for Oakes. Missing low consistently. I guess a better place to miss than high. But ideally you wouldn't like to miss either way. As he finally paints the inside corner. Badalack with a stolen base. As he has the 1 hit, 1 walk, and a hit by pitch. He's filling out his bingo card. But solo base back in the second. As he's taking a one-way lead over there at first base, jumping back as Oakes lifts his leg. So either trying to fool Oakes on the mound or maybe just not trying to go anywhere and run himself off the base paths. The 1-2 going to miss 2-2. As it looks like they're just going to let him run out and try to run himself off the mound.
Yeah, Oakes tried to actually go back to that same pitch that worked for him twice in a row. It's that breaking ball. He caught the inside corner twice, tried to go to it again, but a bit too low that time.
The 2-2 will find that inside corner. Walker Bridges didn't think that was strike 3. Was trying to collect himself for the next pitch, but instead he's walking back to the dugout.
That's 4 pitches in a row, exactly the same for Oakes.
So found a little bit of success. We'll bring up Nick Wimmers. Mentioned he's a switch hitter, so the first time we've seen him hit on the right side of the plate, I believe.
Yep, the Scouts, I believe, brought in, 1 lefty yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was either Lopez or Scomer, one of those relievers in the middle, southpaw, but I don't think he faced him.
That one almost runs in and hits him. Take free bases here. Chasing some runs as the Joes are chasing 3. 6-3 our score here in the bottom half of the 5th. A 1-0 count, 2 on, 2 outs. As that one corralled to the plate by Steidel. Nothing doing from Badalack over there at first. But just looking to scratch and claw. You know, just kind of find 1 here, 1 there, nickel and dime their way back into this game. You'd like to be the guy that parks one here and ties it up, but can't quite be the approach, because if you're trying to hit home runs, you'll likely hit more pop flies or swings and misses than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a few innings left in this game.
Yeah,
Quite a lot of time, yeah, for the Joes. Just get balls in play. You can string together hits.
The 3-0 is going to miss. So really just kind of waiting him out, trying to make him mess up, force his hand. Is this Joe's team? And that'll flip this lineup over for Konzak.
And this is a big opportunity right now for Hamilton. And Oaks has got to rein things in a little bit. He was able to get Bridges, but no room to be wild on the mound now with the bases loaded. He's got his back up against the wall.
Especially with the top of this lineup coming up, you don't really want to play around with any of these guys. The first pitch to Konzak finds the outside corner.
That's a good pitch to start on for Oaks.
Seems to like that other side of the plate, the inside for righties and the outside for lefties. Has hit it consistently with Bridges.
Yeah, I think every strike he's pitched so far has been in pretty much that same spot.
The 0-1 will catch the zone. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's earned that call just yet. But they'll give it to him. A great frame behind the plate by Steidl. I've seen him steal a few calls from the Joes throughout this game. Has done a good job behind the dish. But down 0-2 is Caden Konzak. Got a lefty-on-lefty matchup here with the bases juiced and the Joes chasing 3. And he's going to call.
Yeah, now I think you got to go out to the mound once you've
Yeah.
called time. So initially, Konzak called time, and then right afterwards, Steidl kind of called time, and I guess there was some chatter in the Copperheads dugout telling him not to do it and just let Oaks pitch, but at that point it was already too late. So he goes over and has some words. Joe's trying to not leave him loaded for back-to-back innings.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody in that Joe's dugout wants to be the guy to leave him loaded, and I think there's a little bit on the time sort of aspect. Is there is a sort of pitch clock. There's no official one out here, but it is a sort of
I think maybe a warning,
no, I think that was just
right? Just tracking the
just
conference, maybe?
tracking the meetings. Yeah,
was
I
an
think you only get a
extended-
certain amount if I'm correct.
Yeah, it was an extended break, though, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Never know. 0-2. Gonna miss Steidl again. Haven't said enough about him today. Has saved a couple of runs for the Copperheads. This game might be a little different if Steidl was unable to block and grab a couple of the balls that he has. The 1-2. Breaking ball set into center field. Got 3 Copperheads converging, but Hodges will range over, and the Joes will leave them loaded. Still chasing 3 as we go to the 6th inning now. Believe we'll see a new arm. Yes, we will. Running out of the bullpen. We'll be right back. You're watching Joe's Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Radio Network. In Fairfield, Ohio, your proud sponsor of the Joes. Find them at 6305 South Gilmore Street in Fairfield, Ohio, or call them at 513-860-1915. Find their menu at chickfil-a.com.
A local mainstay since 1948, Chester's Pizza has been a longtime member of the Hamilton community. You can visit them at 2929 Dixie Highway in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-892-1973. Canes of Hamilton is back for their second season as a sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. You can visit them at 1479 Main Street in Hamilton or call them up at 513-525-5650. Canes, proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Looking for the best flooring selections and expertise? Shop local with United Floor Fashions. When it comes to flooring, there's not much that we don't do and do well. Call us for all your flooring needs at 513-829-7024 or visit us at 5415 Dixie Highway in Fairfield, Ohio. Find out why so many families and businesses in southwestern Ohio have come to rely on United Floor Fashions to fill their flooring needs. Pefferly Tire and Automotive Service is a 2-generation family-owned and operated repair shop. In operation for almost 30 years, Pefferly is your stop for honest and trustworthy technicians. Come and see us for all of your automotive and tire, needs at 990 Main Street in Hamilton, or call us at 513-894-0025. Back here in the top half of the sixth, another call to the bullpen. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Miller Coors. As we come to you here in the top half of the sixth, be the top of the order for the Copperheads as they batted around in the last inning. Be Alec Wilsbach on the mound. A little bit about Alex rather. I believe Alex Wilsbach. A little bit about Alex on the mound, Luke.
Yeah, Alex Wilsbach from Southern Indiana, Cincinnati, Ohio native, local guy. 14 appearances for the Screaming Eagles this season. 1-2 record, 1 save, 24 2/3 innings pitched. 8.03 ERA, 1.65 WHIP. 12 walks to 31 strikeouts, though. That's probably his strongest stat.
We like to see the punchies here, but really we just like no free passes, as I believe every inning except for one, that being the third inning, the leadoff runner has come on for the Copperheads as that one evens kind of 1-1. And all of them have come on free bases. Hit batter in the first, walk in the second, a walk in the fourth, and a walk to Caden Shepard the last inning. The Wilsbach looks poised, has Shepard down 1-2. Looking to retire Shepard for the first time in today's ball game, has reached all 3 times. Still without recording an at-bat. And we talk about funky deliveries. We talked about it in the last half inning. But Wilsbach definitely the funkier of the two. Got the weird angle, comes sidearm for you. As that one misses inside. Not quite as weird. I don't know if we have a lot of Texas State fans out there. They have, I believe, 2 Tristans. I forget which Tristan it is. Their setup guy and their closer. But the closer has a very, very weird delivery. But he's on the other side of the rubber as that one misses off the plate for a leadoff walk.
All right, Joe's fans, you're a beer batter. Let's make some noise.
So Carson Shepard continues a great day at the plate for him. Has walked 3 times, come around to score once, and has been hit by a pitch once. 0-for, but has reached base 4 times. As he's been a mainstay. He'll take off. The throw from Wimmers. Not in time. I believe that was a ball as well. Shepard picks up his second stolen base of the game, stole a bag back in the third. Really has some wheels to the top of this Copperheads lineup.
Yeah, that was a good throw, too, from behind the plate from Wimmers, but strength against strength, a great jump from Shepard.
The 0-1 going to miss low. So after getting ahead in the count 1-2 to Shepard, fell behind, walked him, and now behind in the count to Gunnar Aldridge. As Aldridge will pull that one. And back to the on-deck circle. Pulling away on that one. Really trying to do a lot of damage on that last swing was Gunnar Aldridge. And the weird sort of delivery is kind of favorable for the opposite side as that one is hit on the ground. Couple of shuffles. That'll go over to Brazier for out number 1. Will advance the runner to third, so does a job. Does Gunnar Aldridge. As Wilbach climbs into double digits in the pitch count. Joes will bring the infield in here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. It's a big swing and strike from Bam Thomas. We'll put him down early, 0-1. 0-1, 1 out, and 1 on at third. That's Carson Shepard here in the 6-3 ball game, as that one is also chopped foul. A little bit of a different night from last night with Xenia not getting a lot of hard contact off the Joe's pitchers. The Copperheads have come in and kind of punched up onto the heavyweights, so to speak, here as the Hamilton Joes. But the 0-2. We fouled out the plate. And we will do 0-2 one more time. Needing a big punch out here from Wilsbach. From his college stats, seems that's his specialty. So going to be counting on him here to get a big punch out for the Joes. Be the first step in leaving Shepard stranded over there at third base. The 0-2. Paints that outside corner, but not in the opinion of the umpire. The count will move to 1-2. We saw that get called, I believe, on Walker Bridges when Oaks came in. And I have to say, I'd like to see that one called for us, but I understand the call so far. 1-2. Hit on the ground to Sam Lowe. He'll be fielded on the backhand. Throw across to Brazier to retire Bam Thomas. And exactly what you needed from Wilsbach there.
Yeah, great check from Lowe, and we talked about his arm earlier. That was a seed over to first. And that was exactly what the Joes needed to hold Shepard over there at third. Make sure you check on him, get it over to first quick on line, and now 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, we've already seen the arm of Lowe showed off earlier in this game when he threw out Hodges on that stolen base play. So Copperheads definitely having that in the back of their minds as that one's fouled off for the first pitch to Clayton Hodges. Definitely having that arm in the back of their minds, not wanting to test it, especially with the infield in. So exactly what the doctor ordered there for Wilsbach. As the count moves to 0-1 on Hodges. And he'll clip that outside corner 0-2. So the breaking stuff definitely there for Wilsbach. Has come right in. And aside from the walk to Shepard, has been very good at being around the zone. There's the 0-2. Gonna get the swing and miss. So a big strikeout for Alex Wilsbach, gonna get us out of the inning. Go to the home half of the 6th, still trailing by 3. We'll be right back with the All Wealth Hamilton Joes radio broadcast. Noonan's is your small-town destination for beer, wine, spirits, cigarettes, cigars, and more. Noonan's takes pride in serving customers throughout Hamilton, Millville, Butler County, New Miami, and Fairfield, Ohio area. Find us at 1350 Main Street in Hamilton, Ohio, or contact us at 513-868-8300.
Joe's fans, pay a visit to Miller Coors Beverage Company for all of your beverage needs. Visit them at 2525 Wayne Madison Road in Trenton. You can call them up at 513-844-4601, or you can visit their website at molsoncoors.com.
McDonald's, your proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. Visit us at 1331 Northwest Washington Boulevard, Hamilton, Ohio, or contact us at 513-887-6557.
With skilled specialists and leading-edge technology, Kettering Health Hamilton helps you get life-saving care when you need it most. Our team is experienced with a number of different services and can help you with any healthcare needs you have. Find us at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton, Ohio, or contact us at 513-867-2000. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Bottom of the 6th, 6-3 our score. Joe's still chasing 3. Going to bring a new pitcher on the mound. Going to be Sean Peck. A little bit about Sean over there to Luke.
Yeah, Sean Peck from upstate New York, plays at Finger Lakes Community College. Got a few appearances in this spring for them. Played in 8 games at Finger Lakes. Pitched 18 1/3 innings, gave up 15 runs, 13 of them were earned. He actually threw a no-hitter in high school. And was 2-time pitcher of the year. Playing in high school from the beautiful Finger Lakes region in upstate New York. Just drove through it last week. It's a great place.
Well, he'll face 2, 3, 4 in this Joe's lineup. The Ulrich, Patrick, and Brazier as we look to get something going here in Hamilton, Ohio. The Joes have already showed the resilience last night, scoring a couple of runs late to secure the victory against Xenia last night. We're looking to do the same here against the Copperheads. Evan looking for his first hit today, has reached base twice on 2 walks. Came around to scores. That one's ripped down the line, but that's going to be foul. Little shades of last night in the 9th inning from Evan right there. Really got a hold of that one. But I'd like to see that one get down and roll all the way to the wall. But we'll come back and do 2-1. A 2-1. Looked almost like an ephus there. I'd like to have the radar on that one because it looked like that was maybe 60 miles an hour, but in there for a strike. So the count moves to 2-2 here on Evan Ulrich. He tries to tempt him with the breaking ball. It looked like the slider broke a little too much, broke off the plate. And it will leave the count full at 3-2. Evan Ulrich looking for his 3rd trip on today, has walked twice. That one will come in and hit him.
Way to wear it.
Well, they say if you're gonna walk with me, I guess you might as well earn it.
Yeah, Evan could have just jumped out of the way there and taken his base, but he takes it right on the side.
But either way, the Joes get the leadoff base runner on yet again. Had Sam Logan on, but saw the Joes leave the bases loaded, looking for a different result here in the 6th, as it's getting about that time where the Joes really need to start kicking it on.
Yeah, and with the leadoff guy on, this is a crucial at-bat.
Especially in your 2, 3, 4 part of the lineup. Andrew Patrick going to get another at-bat. So watch that one pipe down the middle for the first strike of this at-bat.
Yeah, and if you're Patrick, you're looking for something positive here, whether that's a hit or a walk or to try and advance the runner, just something positive out of this at-bat.
The 0-1 will be chopped. Almost a good play over there in foul territory. They kind of leave it at 1-1. Yeah, you mentioned something positive for Patrick. Really just something positive in general, as he's kind of had a rough day at the plate. 2 strikeouts. Had the walk in the 1st inning. Stole a base. Was left stranded at 3rd. Would like to see a little bit of that power that we've seen in the stats come here late. And so reach at that one. They'll kind of move to 1-2. Or rather, that's strike 3. I apologize. I had 1-2 on the scoreboard, but that'll be another strikeout. Instead of put one out on the board. I believe that's our second strikeout first strikeout for Peck. As there's strikeouts littered across this Joe's lineup. 1 out, bring up Cal Brazier. That one kicks away. Gonna roll all the way to the backstop. Ulrich will walk his way up into 2nd. That'll put a runner in scoring position for the Joes. Don't know if we have to look for this stat, but is there a stat of how many runners we've left in scoring position? Because I have to say it's far too many.
Not sure about scoring position, but in terms of guys left on, Joes have got 10.
You'd like to see at least a couple of those get capitalized on, and I think that's where the deficit comes from right there.
Yeah, they left them loaded in the last 2 innings. They've left runners on base in every single inning so far.
1-1 our count to Cal Brazier. I still reach for that one. As that's 1-2. I thought I had the count wrong again. as Steidel
tagged him.
went
Yeah.
to tag Brazier. We'll do 1 and 2 as Brazier looks to put something in the outfield, supercharge this Hamilton Joe's offense that's been a little dormant after putting up a run a couple innings ago. We saw 2 runs come across in the first from the Joes, with no hits coming until, I believe, the 4th inning. Saw 2 hits in that 4th inning and 1 run come across for the Joes to reclaim the lead at the time. But after a 4-run top half of the 5th, it's been chasing ever since from the Joes, as that one's in the dirt 2-2. Kind of chasing a little bit in these early games, kind of, I guess, build a little character for the team. Team that likes to be gritty, teams that like that to fight back, and that's only going to pay off for you the more times you come back and win. As a big swing and a miss on that one. Peck hasn't fooled so far, as that'll be out number 2.
That's shortstop Sam Lowe.
Just the 2 hits on the board. Those 2 hits coming in the 4th, as Sam Lowe will look to reach base yet again. Still no official at bat. A sac fly RBI in the first and 2 walks, as Peck is just peppering both sides of the zone, having these Hamilton Joe's batters a little off balance. Oh, 1 runner at second. It's Evan Ulrich, as that one comes and buzzes the tower a little bit. I believe that's the first ball we've seen in quite some time from Peck. With a count 1-1 to Sam Lowe, who will look for his first hit of the ball game. He'll come at a big time, and so watch the breaking ball clip the inside corner. We talked about it on the pregame and before the game, and talked about it throughout the day. Just kind of a thicker sort of air, and has really kind of held these Hamilton Joe's bats at bay, along with the great Copperheads pitching. As we saw a little bit of confusion out there in the middle infield for the Copperheads, yelling step off, but Sean Peck going along with the pitches. Evan Ulrich had an absolutely phenomenal secondary lead. Maybe he could have even stolen the bag there, but not wanting to make the third out at third base, and the count stays even at 2-2. The 2-2 will be ball 3. The entire Copperheads team making their way towards the dugout, but home plate umpire kind of just saying, no, not yet. Giving Sam Lowe another chance here as the count runs full. We'll see what Sam Lowe can do with that second chance. Kind of trying to rub the genie here. 3-2. Swung right through. Gets the punch out. 3 straight strikeouts for Sean Peck. Another Joe left on base. 6-3 our score as we go to the 7th inning here in Hamilton, Ohio. We'll be right back with the All Wolf Hamilton Joe's radio broadcast. Top of the 7th, Alec Wilsbach still on the mound.
Tonight's nonprofit of the game is Envision Partnerships. Envision Partnerships empowers individuals, families, and communities to live healthy, happy, safe, and drug-free lives by focusing on prevention of substance use, suicide, violence, and problem gambling. Let's root on the Joes pitchers to 11 strikeouts to benefit tonight's nonprofit of the game.
Number 7 for the Copperheads.
Great cause. Love to see the Joes supporting good causes here in Hamilton. But going to be Rucker, Hodges, or Rucker, Ratliff, and Silva to face Alex Wilsbach. Lied himself quite the inning in the 6th. Came in, walked Shepard. Shepard found his way all the way to 3rd, but able to retire 3 straight Copperheads was Wilsbach. So he seemed to kind of find a groove in that latter part of the inning. One ball, one strike to Trey Rucker. Hitless in today's ball game, but does have an RBI and has walked twice. Came around to score as well. As Wimmer's trying to move that one back into the zone a little bit. Was unsuccessful on that try right there, and the count will move to 2-1. Wilsbach, a big guy, 6'5". The only guy taller than him being, I believe, Dane Hall. What's one of the Halls?
Big Hall.
Big Hall,
Not
that's
Hall.
the one, Big Hall. It is Dane Hall. Dane Hall, 6'6", 240. And Wilsbach, 6'5", 220. The count 3-1. Fouled out the plate, the counter run full. Wilsbach looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Struck out Hodges to end the 6th. And we'll look to do the same to start things off here in the 7th with Trey Rucker. "3-2". Chopped on the ground. Going to be Badalak, who will field it cleanly, flip that one over to Brazier, and that'll be the leadoff guy retired for what I believe is the first time since the third inning. Only 2 innings of that the Joes have retired the leadoff man, and a good sign, as no runs came across in that inning. 1 out, nobody on for Cal Ratliff. As the first pitch to him, going to clip that outside corner. Starting to find that off-speed breaking ball a little more consistently on the outside corner is Wilsbach. But Ratliff having himself quite a day, 2 for 3, 2 doubles and an RBI, has hit them both over Clements as that one ripped into left. Konzak ranging back will make the play in mid-left field for the second out. So quite a breezy inning so far, knock on wood. As Wilsbach will look to hang another 0 on the board for the Joes as they look to climb their way back. It looks a little windy as I look down to the tents.
Yeah, it's blowing out towards the right field.
Got a lefty up in Sebastian Silva. One of the Copperheads catchers is DHing tonight. As he'll swing at that one. Looked like he didn't really want to swing at that one at all. Tried to hold up, but committed a little too late to try to pull it back, and the count moves to 0-1. Wilsbach kind of dealing so far. Retired 5 straight Copperheads batters. Look to make this 6. As again, he paints the outside corner. Moves the count to 0-2. Sebastian Silva 0 for 3. Strikeout, pair of flyouts to left and to right. As the 0-2 going to be fouled back. Wilsbach up to about the 30 pitch ranks, sitting at 27, but has been good with his 27 so far. Wasted a couple of pitches with a couple of full counts and 1 walk, but overall has been very good out of the pen for the Joes. The 0-2. Gonna kick out of Ulrich's glove there at the plate. Maybe could have had the call if Evan maybe squeezes that one, but that's kind of a tough play to make as a catcher, having to come across and try to make that one. You kind of get hit in the palm and kind of push that one into the right-hand batter's box. 1-2, 2 outs, and nobody on in this 6-3 ball game here in the top of the 7th. As that one again hit the Badalack. No steps required. Couple shuffles over to first, and that might be the quickest inning we've seen so far for the Joes. It's stretch time here in Hamilton. 6-3 our score. The Joes coming up to bat. We'll be right back. You're watching the Hamilton Joes All Wealth radio broadcast.
If you're looking for an industry leader in all things related to windows and doors, look no further than L.E. Schofield Window and Door Co. With over 7 decades of experience in providing window and door repair and replacement services, as well as glass, screens, and other products, you can count on them to get the job done right the first time around. Call them today at 513-863-8932. Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519.
Bottom of the 7th. As we get a little later in this ball game, 7th inning stretch, the fans maybe got their stretch in. Let's get them back into this ball game. It'll be Clement, Badalack, and Bridges. So the first pitch set into center field. But right at Hodges, doesn't have to move much. He'll make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the 7th.
That may have been that change piece that we saw in the last inning from Peck. I mean, that was very, very slow and directly down the middle to Clement, and he squared it up, but just put it right at the center fielder, Hodges.
Yeah, Clement's kind of had a rough day. That's 3 flyouts to center field. Some solid contact, but just has kind of struggled to find gaps, and well, that's baseball. As we get Clay Badalack taking the first pitch of the at-bat, 1-0.
Yeah, and Clement, you know, almost in 2 different fashions. He's had 2 times where he's hit it pretty solidly and flown out, and then 1 time where he almost had a bloop single and got robbed of that too.
1-1 our count to Clay Badalack. Badalack, one of the 2 Hamilton Joes to reach base via the hit. Be him and Konzak. Singled in the 4th, came around to score in that 1-run inning as that one's chopped. Going to be a tough play. Got some speed, does Badalack, and he'll beat it. So maybe a little energy that the Joes need as Badalack picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game. He's 2 for 2 with walk and a hit by pitch. He's having himself quite a day.
Yes, sir.
So maybe a little spark, a little kindling for the Joes here in the home half of the 7th as Peck has come in and kind of dialed the miles per hour down a little bit. But 1 out and 1 on. That one is going to miss foul. No disrespect to Sean Peck, but definitely almost looking like he's one of the guys that comes in and is a position player pitching. He doesn't throw particularly hard, but he got very good stuff. And I guess that's really all that matters is he's blanked the Joes so far. 3 straight Ks after he came in the 6th But looking to change that here is Walker Bridges. So 1-1 going to be called a strike. Stadel was reaching for that one off the plate, but my goodness, I guess you get the call anyway. 1-2. Gonna miss low. Stadel having a little bit of trouble with that one behind the plate, but nothing doing over there. Badalac does have one stolen base in the ball game. Came when he was hit by a pitch in the second. Part of another inning where the Joes left runners on base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The Joes chasing 3 here in the 7th. That one clips the outside corner, and that's going to be strike 3. Didn't look like Bridges quite knew that that was 2 strikes. Took that one. And that'll be another strikeout for Sean Peck. So strikeout number 4 for Peck. That one backwards. As he'll step off. Badalac kind of jumping around over there, trying to create a little bit of confusion, trying to just kind of take the attention away from the plate where Sean Peck's been so good. And give Nick Wimmers a chance to maybe get something grooved and kind of get the party rolling for the Joes. Badalac over there at first. Nick Wimmers at the plate. As he'll wear that one. And that'll flip the lineup over. Very crucial hit by pitch for Wimmers. Will put a runner in scoring position for the first time. I guess we had a runner in scoring position last inning. Didn't seem like we did. But we'll take a hit batter. Put 2 runners on with 2 outs and flip this lineup over for Caden Konzak, the other Hamilton Joe, to record a hit today.
Yeah, you got 2 hot bats coming up, too, for the Joes. There's 2 outs, but a great rally chance presenting itself with Konzak and Ulrich due up.
Needing something or anything to get this party started for the Joes. A bit of late bloomers that we've seen in Game 1. Maybe to everybody's heart's detriment. Head coaches and definitely the GM, Dale Grisham. As that one is going to miss off the plate. So Konzak, we mentioned the 1 single is 1 for 3. Single reaching a fielder's choice. Flew out to Hodges, as a couple of guys have. And walked in the first, came around to score. He'll send that ball softly. Gonna go the short way. I don't think he got there in time. No, he didn't. Having to come the long way.
Yeah, that was a weird play. I think that Aldridge, who was over there at second, was just expecting shortstop Shepard to just go to first. And so I think he was standing on kind of the outfield grass, and he didn't go to cover second base thinking that the inning was just going to be over with a throw to first. And the Joes potentially able to capitalize on the miscue now. They're loaded for Evan Ulrich.
And what a spot Evan Ulrich is in. Had the home run yesterday. And, you know, we want to knock on wood. We don't like to jinx a lot of things as baseball players, but definitely has the power and definitely has the ability to go yard. And I believe this Foundation field will go absolutely ballistic if this ball is even in the outfield, honestly, as the first pitch going to be in there for strike 1.
Yeah, just put something in the outfield here if you're Ulrich. Hopefully you can find a hole, but the Joes really desperately need 1 here.
Yeah, 1 at least for sure. Can't leave the bases loaded again, be the 3rd time. As the 0-1, going to miss off the plate. It's a little inconsistent on that outside corner, has been this home plate umpire. That's normally the call you'd think you'd see consistently, but has been back and forth all day. 1-1. Big rip at that one, but way ahead of it. Really pulled the string on that one, did Peck. kind of having to readjust yourself as a hitter coming in to face Peck because it's just so much slower than what you're normally seeing. So that ball is flared into the air. Hodge is going to come in. He'll make the catch in shallow center, and the Joes leave him loaded again. So we go to the top of the 8th. Alec Wilsbach likely coming out again. Nobody coming out of the bullpen. We'll be right back. You're watching Hamilton Joes baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes radio broadcast.
Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080.
Top of the 8th, a new pitcher on the mound for the Hamilton Joes. Going to be Wyatt Fisher. Wyatt Fisher, the 6'1", 185 sophomore. Hometown guy just from down the road at Cincinnati, Ohio. Played for Cedarville. Look a little bit about Wyatt Fisher.
Yeah, like you mentioned, for Division II, Cedarville this past spring was Wyatt Fisher. Got some decent time as a freshman for the Yellow Jackets, as he will come in to face Jordan Long, former Oak Hills High School Highlander, is Wyatt Fisher. This season had 13 appearances for Cedarville, went 3-3 with a 5.66 ERA, 55 2/3 innings pitched. Gave up 35 earned runs.
A big strikeout to walk ratio. Is that 64
yeah,
to 27?
27 walks to 64 strikeouts.
So that ball is flared into right field. Going to be a tough play, and that's going to drop. That's a tough play. You come right in, it drops in front of Andrew Patrick out there in right field. Kind of in on the fist, but Jordan Long gets his second hit of the ball game. Last one came with an RBI attached to it. But that'll put the leadoff runner on for the Copperheads as they lead by 3 here in the 8th. Still 6 outs to go for the Joes offensively, needing to keep this as closely as possible. As Steidel looking at that one on the outside corner. 1-0. Steidel 0 for 3. Flew out. Grounded out back to the pitcher. As we'll see a meeting at the mound between Wimmers and Fisher. Just kind of getting lost in the signs. lengthy conversation between the two, just trying to make sure they're both on the same page here. Haven't seen Jordan Long take a base so far, at least in this game. But they look to come right after Steidel. Maybe get a nice little double play. As that one's going to paint the outside corner 1-1. We mentioned Steidel 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, strike out. Last at bat, I believe, was against Jacob Beal. That coming in the 5th. I've seen 2-0 since then for the Joes. So that one's swung on. Going to stay at the plate. Kind of got away from Wimmers, but again, we haven't seen the speed of Jordan Long so far. Has not stolen a base. I haven't got a chance to see his speed. Plays third base, so I haven't had a chance to see him range over and try to get anything. But the count 0-2 to Steidel. Looking to get him a chase a little bit right there is Wyatt Fisher. The breaking ball looking good so far. Really trying to lean on it to get that strikeout. So we get a discussion between umpires. We got to get stuff like the leagues up in the major leagues. They got the mic'd up umpires. Absolutely love that. That's starting this year. But 2 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. As that one will miss low. So that'll run him full. 3-2. With nobody out. Here in the top of the 8th. Wyatt Fisher, the 7th pitch of the inning after giving up the 1-pitch single to Jordan Long. And that's set in the right field. Jordan Long ranging around. That's going to be a good throw, cut off by Lowe, as it looked like it might have actually gone wide. Coming up firing was Andrew Patrick. As Jordan Long showing off the wheels now. Actually got to see it right there, as he is bent over, breathing rather heavily over there at third base. But to put runners at the corners with nobody out here at the top of the 8th. So 2 on, nobody out. So the lineup flips over. Carson Shepard is going to watch that one paint the outside corner for strike number 1. Shepard really been a thorn in the Joes' side in this game. Has reached base all 4 times. Has been hit by a pitch and has walked 3 times. Come around to score 1, stole 2 bags. Had a good day at the plate for him. And so watch that one miss low. 1-1. As the score is 6-3. Wyatt Fisher trying to keep it that way with nobody out. As that one is sent into the Copperheads bullpen over there on the right-hand side. Still got one more game left on this 3-game homestand. Going to be here tomorrow against the Grand Lake Mariners. So be sure to come out, support the Joes tomorrow. Should be a better day weather-wise than today.
Yep, should be clear.
We hope. There's the 1-2 hit on the ground. Bridges going to take a look, but that's going to go foul.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Grand Lake come in. This will be first time they've come into Foundation Field. They were members of the North Division last year, and then after some reshuffling, some teams folding, some teams relocating, and then obviously Southern Ohio opting back into the season. Grand Lake was bumped down coming from Salina, Ohio. They'll come in to face the Joes tomorrow.
The 1 and 2 going to miss upstairs. Yeah, we talked about people coming in for the first time in quite some time. The Copperheads coming in, I believe, for the first time since 2017. We talked about before this game.
Yeah, the teams were scheduled to play in 2018 here. It was canceled. So the last time the Copperheads have come here was 2017. It was on July 28th. The Joes won 4-3. But since then, yeah, nothing here at Foundation.
That one's set in the center field. Bennett Clement got to come in and kind of misread it, kind of handcuffed him there. And that ball drops in front of him. And they'll bring another run home for the Copperheads. They now lead by 4. 7-3 our score. Carson Shepard gets his first hit of the game, first RBI, first official at-bat for Carson Shepard. Comes here in the 8th. Had 4 plate appearances before that. 3 walks, hit by pitch. We'll move runners to first and second. Still with nobody out as the Joes just looking to put some outs on the board here. We'll get a bunt offering as that'll roll just at the line. Not quite as good as Fink last night, who had probably one of the best bunts I've seen maybe ever. Stuck that one on, literally almost on the third base line, and especially in the spot where he laid it down. I don't think you can have a better bunt. But 7 runs on 7 hits. Joes have 3 errors. Joes 3 runs, 3 hits, and the Copperheads 2 errors. The 0-1 again, another bunt attempt. That one's going to be on the line. Well,
That's the same one we saw yesterday.
But to say maybe a little more magic from that third base side. Seems like bunts kind of stick over there on the third base line so far. But that'll load the bases.
Still nobody out.
So another hit, make that 8 hits for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. First hit of the game for Aldridge. Will load the bases and bring the Joes infield in. Big swing and a miss. Big confidence booster there for Wyatt Fisher, getting the big swing from Bam Thomas. Thomas 1 for 4. Strikeout, 2 groundouts. Single RBI in the 5th, came around to score in that 4-run 4th inning, or 5th inning rather. So the 0-1 tipped off the glove of Wimmers, back to the backstop, and Fisher ahead in the count, 0-2. Looking for his first punch out of the game, first punch out of the season. Oh and 2, no outs, and the bases juiced for the Copperheads. Bam Thomas going to send that one into right field. And we're going to play at the plate. Right on the money, a big double play. Beautiful throw from Andrew Patrick out there in right field. Going to hose Steidel at the plate. So testing arms again are the Copperheads, and this time, again, does not pay off for them.
Yeah, that's a really good play out there in right from Patrick. Good to see that the confidence is still there for the Joes outfield, as they're able to come up with a pair of huge outs in one play, and more importantly, hold the Copperheads off the scoreboard.
Yeah, 2 outs now here in the top of the 8th, and runners at the corners as Wyatt Fisher pitching with a little bit more confidence. You can see kind of pumping the zone a little bit more here in this last couple of at-bats. Was rather good against Thomas. Now looking to do the same against Hodges, retire him, and get us to the home half of the 8th. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss from Clayton Hodges, and he'll go down 0-2. Wyatt Fisher hunting his first strikeout of the game. And another strikeout for the Joes. Believe there's 6 on the game. I'd have to count Just looking at my scoreboard. But we'll get a time call. I will count those strikeouts. I believe that's 6.
6, yep.
So 6 strikeouts for the Joes as a staff. Looking to add number 7 here to get us to the home half of the 8th. Runner takes off with the pitch. And Wormers will let him have it. So another stolen base for the Copperheads. Be Aldridge first of the game. Presumably first of the season. As the count's 1-2. Runners at second and third. As that one's fouled off. That stolen base notably takes the force out away from second. So now all Joe's having to go across the diamond to make this third out. But Wyatt Fisher up to 23 pitches here in this inning. Looking to get out of it with just the 1 run allowed. The 1-2, gonna miss up as well. So when he's missing up. That's back-to-back pitches that he's missed up on Clayton Hodges. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs here in the 7-3 ball game in the top of the 8th. As that fastball is blown right by him. Swing and a miss for Wyatt Fisher will end the top of the 8th. So we go to the home half of the 8th. After the Copperheads tack one more on, the Joes trailing by 4. We'll be right back with the Hamilton Joes All Wealth radio broadcast. Bottom of the 8th. 7-3 our score. Copperheads still on top, and the Joes just looking for some semblance of life here late. Saw them come to life late last game and score 3 runs in the 9th to come back and win that game in walk-off fashion. Be Patrick Brazier and Lowe as the Joes will again battle against Sean Peck. As that one clips the outside corner, seeming to find that with regularity is Peck. As the 0-1 again, gonna miss. And if I'd have to judge those last 2 pitches, I'd say that last one's more of a strike than the first one, but either way, the count's even at 1-1. As again, he spots up that outside corner. Patrick's done a great job. Has come in, or Peck rather, has done a great job. Has come in and done a number on this Joe's offense. As again, a big swing and a miss, another strikeout.
Golden sombrero.
Yep. You hate to see it. That's number 4 for Andrew Patrick. But it's baseball. You got to have some of those days. It's just how you bounce back. But 1 out now for Cal Brazier. Also looking for his first trip on today. Copperheads pitchers have done a good job keeping the 3-4 batters for the Joes off the base paths. Patrick reached on a walk, but hasn't reached base since. And Brazier, though he's put together some good at-bats, has also come up over. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Joes' big first baseman. And the 1-1 spun to the backstop. Off the bat of Brazier. Move the count to 1-2. Got to change your approach a little bit when you're facing a guy like Peck. You got to come in and kind of not try to crush it. The guy starts to throw a little softer, and you start to get a little ahead of yourself as the 1-2 is fouled off. You start to think, oh, he's not throwing so hard. Maybe I'm going to crush it. And I think that's kind of what the Joes batters have done with Peck. And so kind of just adjusting the paradigm a little bit. So the 1-2 hit hard on the ground along. Took a couple shuffles. Fire over to Thomas. And that'll be the second out of the inning. So ground out number 2 for Cal Brazier. We'll bring up Sam Lowe, who has reached base 2 times. Been stranded both of those times. 2 walks in the 3rd and the 5th. Reached second on an error in the 3rd. Stole second in the 5th. It was left stranded at 3rd and the 5th. Again, we see Peck pound the outside corner. Kind of at this point wondering when the next arm's going to come in. Looking out into the Copperheads bullpen. But the Copperheads have done a good job. They've come in to Foundation Field and have punched the Joes squarely in the mouth. The GLSCO rating champions. As the 1-1 comes in, is fouled off. Move the count to 1-2. We talked to Ryan Finley last year, and you definitely called the Joes last year's. Definitely a slow start to begin the last campaign, and not to say that we're off to a slow start already with a big win last night, but definitely losses are part of the equation.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the season is very, very long, and so you just try to take things day by day. Sometimes good things happen, sometimes they don't. There are days like today where things just feel a little flat. Sometimes you just got to take it inning by inning. Here's a good hit up the middle.
But a better play. My goodness. Ranging up the middle with Shepard. He's been all over the offensive side and now making great plays on the defensive side. As you go to the top half of the ninth, nothing doing for the Joes. Still chasing 4, 7-3 our score. We'll be right back with the All Wealth Hamilton Joes radio broadcast.
At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Story Point Fairfield isn't just a place to reside. It's a place for residents to truly shine every day, offering a diverse range of senior living services. Our community is designed to suit all resident lifestyles, from highly independent seniors to those who may require day-to-day assistance. Every resident becomes a member of our community. We strive to make sure each moment of each day is something to remember. Whether you need one surface for multiple sports or a sports-specific field build, the Motts Group is here to help. Their experience ranges from professional sports clubs to educational institutions to community complexes, fueling teams with consistent, safe, and reliable fields. Contact them at 513-548-3622 to get your new turf field. Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is safe and ready for you. Have an injury of some sort? Stop by Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine located on 3035 Hamilton Mason Road. The physicians and specialists at the Tri-Health Orthopedic and Sports Institute provide a full range of orthopedic care to ensure you don't miss out on a single moment on or off the field.
Top of the ninth inning, got a new pitcher on the mound. That's going to be Casey Fink. You'll recognize that name from yesterday as Casey Fink laid down one of the best bunts you'll ever see in the ninth inning that helped the Joes win that game in a walk-off against the Senior Scouts. Now, Fink not listed as a pitcher. Luke, you might have done some research about whether he's had some appearances, but we'll kick that over to you.
He does not.
Yeah, well.
Surprising. So Casey Fink at a University of Charleston listed as a utility for Charleston on their roster. He played right field yesterday. His first pitch whipped wide right. He's got some velo, though, you could tell on that one. But, yeah, I mean, no appearances for Charleston. He was a Penn State transfer. Transferred in from State College for this season.
But they'll look to shut down this Copperheads team in the top of the ninth, keep this lead at 4, and keep the Joes within granny range, a little slam distance. As the count moves to 3-0. Be Rucker, Ratliff, and Silva, 5, 6, and 7, heart of the order for the Copperheads. Coming over in relief for Fisher, who gave up the 1 run in the 8th, as Fink finds the first strike of his Joe's career. Three balls, 1 strike here in the top of the ninth. As that one clips the outside corner. Rucker halfway down the line will have to come back and do it again. We've seen that consistently, at least over the last couple of innings. A lot of the Copperheads pitchers, or I guess Peck rather, who's been on the mound for the last 3 innings, has gotten that call consistently, and that's because he's pounded it consistently. So that one reached for, but right to Badalak at second. Maybe having to reach a little bit more on that one. Looked like he kind of over-exaggerated the swing and tried to punch it to the right side, but unable to do so. Lines out to Badalak for out number 1 here in the ninth. So 1 out in this 7-3 ball game. We'll bring up Kyle Ratliff, who has been one of the brighter spots on this Copperheads lineup, as I say, with 7 runs and 8 hits as the first pitch is in there. But Ratliff, 2 for 4, 2 doubles, an RBI, and 2 flyouts. One of them required a great diving play from Bennett Clement in the second, where he came in and made a sliding catch in shallow center as the fastball's pumped right by the batter Ratliff, and he goes down 0-2. Still haven't seen any breaking stuff from Fink so far. You have to think with 0-2, maybe we see something here, or maybe he's just one of those fireballers. The 0-2, gonna miss in, and gonna kick its way to the backstop. Don't think that was off speed. I think he tried to throw that one as hard as he possibly could. I just kind of buried that. But looking for his first strikeout as a Joe, and likely his first strikeout collegiately. A 1-2. Set in the center field, Bennett Clement. His number called again, takes the knee in center field, makes the catch. And 2 relatively easy outs for Casey Fink. 10 pitches through 2 batters. done a good job. Come in and battled here for the Joes.
Yeah, it's been pretty clean for Casey. Just try to put a 0 up on the scoreboard. You never know what could happen in the bottom of the inning.
For all the 60 of you watching, still watching with us, hoping for some Joe's magic in the bottom of the ninth, thank you for tuning in so far. But 2 strikes, or rather new batter, sorry. Read the scoreboard wrong. First pitch going to be a swinging strike for Sebastian Silva, who is, I believe, the only Copperhead who is over. Yes. Oh. No, yes, Steidel recorded a hit. That one is going to be a tough play for anybody. But able to range over and make the catch is Andrew Patrick to end the top half of the ninth. So Casey Fink pitches a clean top half, and we'll go to the home half of the ninth. Last chance for the Joes. Let's pump it up. Jason 4. We'll be right back on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes radio broadcast. Bottom of the ninth, last chance for the Joes. Going to be Bennett Clement, Clay Badalak, and Walker Bridges to try to spark some magic here for the Joes late. We talk about last night. And I don't think we shut up about last night, actually. But hard to when you get an opening day walk-off. Chasing 2 at that point, had to score 3 in the ninth. But chasing 4 here. Would like to just get to extra innings. That one's ripped in the left field. Wow, what a change for the Joes. Bennett Clement comes up huge again for the Joes. Crushes that one in the left field. And the first hit we've seen in a while for the Joes comes in a great time.
Yep, there's one, and now you got a solid bat coming to the plate in Badalak, who is 2 for 2, 4 for 4 on reaching bases tonight.
Badalak, the real bright spot in this Joes lineup. That one's going to miss low, but a good job from Clement just to really just hunt the fastball and jump right all over it. 1-0 the count to Badalak. And a little bit more excitement in the press box with the leadoff man on, as that one misses low. Do have an arm out there in the Copperheads bullpen. Can't quite tell a number. I swear we got to get some binoculars, as the bullpens are almost a mile away from us up in the press box. But 2-0. That one's going to come and almost hit Badalak. So you kind of getting the feelings a little bit from last night. Everybody who's stuck around after the rather large crowd is maybe about 3/4 of what it was. As we find the outside corner for strike number 1. Never easy, though. You know, hasn't been easy the first 2 days. And, you know, I know a thing or two about offenses that bloom late. Shout out to Ottawa University. The bats always came alive really late. As that one is going to be strike 2. Clay Badalak going to take his time outside the box, and that might be the worst call of the night. Can we get I don't know who wants that sponsor, but somebody sponsor the worst call of the night. We'll call that one back. 3-2 and nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. Chopped on the ground, just fighting away is Badalak. That's all you can do at this point with Sean Peck's pitch count up in the 50s now.
Yeah, you got to think that this might be Peck's final batter if Badalak is able to reach base.
You want to refrain from bringing the tying run to the plate as much as possible, as that one misses up, and that'll put 2 runners on here in the ninth. Here come the Joes, coming in late.
And yep, here comes Coach Lanning out of the Copperheads dugout.
Hasn't motioned.
He hasn't motioned there yet.
Being up by 4, you never know. The leash might be a little bit longer.
Yep, he puts the hand on the shoulder. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you get obviously 2 of the conferences. You can maybe use one if you want to just try and break up some of this momentum that's starting to build on the Joes side. But also, you don't want to let things potentially get out of control, give up a base runner here, and bring the tying run to the plate.
The Joes doing a good job to at least keep it within slam range. We talked about Wimmers in the Joes cast that came out earlier this week. Ryan Finnerty, assistant coach for the Joes, had great things to say about his bat. Said he hits the ball very well. Everybody that he said the bat's live, the bat will play. So you have to think you'd like to get to him, as he would be the tying run if Walker Bridges were to reach. As the PA announcer messed up a little bit on that one. Let's see if we get a recall. There we go. I was making sure I was right. But Bridges looking to reach base for the second time today, or third time rather, did reach in the 4th on an error. I believe that was a fielder's choice at the time. As taken to get a strike, looks like are the Joes. Normally kind of the philosophy late in the games. You want to make Peck come after you, especially after walking Badalak and having such a long at-bat with him. The 0-1. Again, going to find the zone. Back-to-back breaking balls. This one a little more on the inside part of the plate. And Bridges down 0-2. Still nobody out. With 2 runners on, Clement at second, Badalak at first, as the Joes have come to life here late. And that one will miss low. Might have to call them Heart Attack Hamilton if they come back and win this one. But got to get one first. Got to just keep the train moving, keep rolling along. 1-2. Gonna miss low. And I have to tell you, the zone has looked a little wishy-washy in this inning. But you see the fans start to believe a little more. A couple of fans, starting to lean forward in their seats, engaging a little bit. A little bit of a buzz going on. Still nobody out. As Walker Bridges looks for a way on to move that tying run on. That one's going to be hit to second, and softly they'll go to second for 1. As I think he was off the bag, but
I think he kept the toe on it.
They'll confirm the out. I think he might have kept the toe on. That is fair. But Bridges will reach on the fielder's choice. 4-6. We'll bring Nick Wimmers to the plate. Wimmers, who was 0 for 2. His first 2 at-bats were outs, but his last two have been good at bats. He drew a walk in the 5th and was hit by a pitch in the 7th. So I have to think he's trending in the right direction here in the top half of the 9th, as that was just the 60th pitch of the game from Peck, as he's struggling a little bit to find the zone. And as the Copperheads head coach, you would hate to bring somebody in at this point. It'd be a pressure situation, especially with the Joes, how they rolled last night, and the Copperheads having played a close game yesterday. So the runner takes off. They're going to throw that one down. The throw's going to be late. So it does take away the game-ending double play, as the count is 2-1. Another stolen base for Bridges. So keeps the Joes alive in that regard, as the breaker has just been there all night for Peck. My goodness, thing breaks glove side, and you can put it just about wherever you want it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nick Wimmers, 1 out and 2 on, with the Joes chasing for, trying to create some magic yet again here at Foundation Field. As that one's to the backstop, 1 run's going to come on. And Wimmers will reach, I believe. Yeah, that's a swinging strike 3.
Third strike.
So Clement comes in to score. Wimmers reaches, Bridges to third on the K.
Tying run to the plate.
And a great part of the order to have up. Konzak, Ulrich, Patrick. A lot of pomp, a lot of good bats at the top of the order. Flips the lineup over. Brings us just 1 run closer. Seven to 4 our score. Have to look at Konzak's numbers. Any home runs on the collegiate season?
1.
Down the line, but foul.
Oh, that was inches foul. I don't think Thomas processed quite where that ball was, or maybe he just has great vision, because that was towing the line of fair territory when he played it. It was spinning foul, but he played it when it was just barely in foul territory. That could have been very, very bad had that one trickled out into right field.
Could have been very interesting, but Caden Konzak gonna watch a ball inside. 7 to 4 our score. Still 1 arm working out there in the Copperheads bullpen. The Joes have scratched 1 across on the drop 3rd strike. Wimmers reached on that. Clement came around to score after he singled. Badalak walked but was thrown out. And Bridges, who reached on that fielder's choice, stole second base, now sits at 3rd. Top of this Joe's lineup. 1-1, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. That one chopped to the plate. Well, if anything comes out of tonight, it's just that the Joes hit the baseball well late. Now we just have to get the first part of the game locked down, and we'll be okay. After being no hit through 3 innings today and no hit through 2 in some change innings yesterday. So runner takes off. Konzak swinging right through it. Will be strike number 3 as the runner moves to second. They're not quite worried about Wimmers. That'll be Evan Ulrich.
It's the 11th strikeout by the staff.
But brings up the man of the hour. Talked about him yesterday. Brought him on the pregame show yesterday. Has been part of this Hamilton Joes broadcast almost consistently throughout the last couple of days as Sean Peck creeps ever closer to that 70 pitch mark. But looking for some magic. Had a great hit down the line in the 9th yesterday as he sends that one high into the air. Hodge is going to range over in the left center gap. Range under it, and that will put an end to things here at Foundation Field. So almost enough to get the Joes going.
Copperheads, 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors,
But they fall to the Copperheads 7-4.
4 hits, 3 errors.
Move to 1-1 on the season.
Your Joes take on the
As
Grand
we'll
Lake Mariners
take a little short break and be back for a quick post-game show. We'll show you around the league. We'll talk a little bit about the game. But 7-4 our final score. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the post-game show here in a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Back here inside the broadcast booth at Foundation Field, Game 2 of the Hamilton Joes season. And the road team comes in and picks up the victory. 7-4 our final as Southern Ohio takes it over Hamilton here on this Wednesday night. Luke Westpoli back alongside Blake Griffin. Just want to remind you the Hamilton Joes post-game show is brought to you by the Casual Pint. If you're looking for a perfect spot for a bite or brew before or after a Joes game, pay a visit to the Casual Pint. Well, Blake, it was kind of a difficult game all game long for Hamilton. It just seemed like a lot of things went wrong for the Joes as they, gave up a lot of walks. They hit a couple batters, then the hitting wasn't really timely. The number that, I had circled personally in my scorebook, the Joes left 16 guys on base in this game. They left them loaded 3 different times. They left 2 guys on base twice, and they left people on base in 8 out of 9 innings. Just not really timely for the Joes as they weren't ever able to really finish the job.
Yeah, that's just the theme for at least the Joes offense, just not being able to get that one guy to put a ball into the outfield or to have a good at-bat, to draw the walk and kind of move it along. It's just kind of been just a little stagnant in that regard. A good job to get runners on, and I think we can take that forward into tomorrow and into the rest of the season, that we can get runners into the scoring position, but you got to be able to score them, and you got to be that's the way you're going to win.
Yeah, look at some of the players who carried the weight for both teams on the mound. For the Copperheads, it was Sean Peck, who pitched 4 of the last innings and only gave up 1 run. It was earned 2 hits, walked 1 and struck out 7. That was one of the big numbers. 11 strikeouts in the game for this Copperhead staff. On the Joes side, carrying most of the duties was Ben McGew, who went 3 2/3 for Hamilton, giving up 2 earned runs, walking 4 and striking out 4. But a day split between 5 different guys for Hamilton on the mound, and the bats just never really came to life. It seemed like they were on the verge over and over and over again, and they never really just got that big momentum-building spark. It seemed like they were close. Didn't seem like this was a blowout by any means, but it was just a whole lot of kind of waiting, it seemed like, for this Joes team. Looking for a player of the game on the Copperhead side. Probably look towards Kyle Ratliff. 2 doubles. He also scored a run. He went 2 for 5 in that game for the Joes. Got to be Clay Badalak, who was 2 for 2 with 2 walks and a hit by pitch. He also scored a run for Hamilton.
Yeah, I'd probably say him or Shepard on the Copperhead side. Shepard, only the one official hit, only the one official at bat, had an RBI in the 8th, but was a thorn in the Copperhead side all day. Reached base all 5 times he came to the plate, and that was really just kind of back-breaking. Reach base every time.
Yeah, so it was a difficult, evening for the Joes. They gave up a lot of base runners. You mentioned a lot of free bags, and quite a few guys in this Copperheads lineup that you could look to that made some good plays at the plate, a lot of good plate discipline, working some walks, and they are rewarded with a road victory here tonight. take a quick look around the GLSCL this evening. Not a whole lot to talk about, as we mentioned earlier. A whole lot of cancellations, as we had 6 games on the slate for tonight. I believe the Jetbox Muskegon game was actually canceled earlier today, and then the rest of them, I think, were canceled as we got later into the evening. Lima and Sandusky started their game. That game was at Sports Force Park Field at Cedar Point. Sandusky leading that one 1-0 when it was suspended. Jetbox and Muskegon, as aforementioned, canceled. Royal Oak and Michigan canceled. Richmond Jazz and the Cincinnati Steam canceled as well, so the Steam will have to wait one more day to open up their 2022 season as well. In the top of the 9th right now, Xenia has come back on Grand Lake after trailing 2-0 for the majority of the game, giving up a run in each of the first 2 innings. It was 1 run in the bottom of the 7th and 3 in the bottom of the 8th for the Scouts to take a 4-2 lead into the top of the 9th. That game currently has no outs in the top of the 9th, with Grand Lake up to the plate. This is a Grand Lake team that the Joes are going to see tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, we'll look forward for both of these teams. For the Copperheads, this is the beginning of a road trip, 6 of their next 7 on the road, and that will continue tomorrow as they will head to Denison University to face off with the Licking County Settlers. And for Hamilton, as we mentioned just a moment ago, they will host Grand Lake in the final game of the homestand here at Foundation Field. Make sure to come out and support your Joes. $5 tickets. They can be found on our website or purchased at the gate. Should be the best weather we've seen all season long through these first few games, as the forecast is totally clear for the first time. In both the games earlier, we did play through some rain. It was the majority of the game, though, was played without it. But if you're coming to the field tomorrow, there should hopefully be none of that, as long as nothing changes, and should be just a pleasant evening for a ball game on a Thursday. So Blake and I will, of course, see you then. Coverage will begin at 6:45. We'll hopefully have a more revamped pregame for you after that was kind of nixed due to the rain today. But coverage begins at 6:45 tomorrow for Grand Lake and Hamilton. And until then, that will conclude our coverage from the game this evening. So for my great broadcast partner, Blake Griffin, all of our hardworking crew here at the Hamilton Joes, we'd like to say thank you so much for watching. This has been the Casual Pint postgame. Southern Ohio takes it over Hamilton, 7-4 your final. Joes fall to 1-1. Southern Ohio improves to 2-0. Joes look to rebound tomorrow. Tune in as they take on the Mariners. This is always saying so long from Foundation Field. This has been a presentation of Joes Baseball on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.